What's up with it? Woohoo! Woohoo! What's happening?
Yeah, we back another episode of Fire Session. We got a we got a few new faces with us today. I know y'all can already see that. It's gonna be an interesting episode. We got an interesting topic. Yeah. And it's gonna be different from what y'all think it is, because I know a lot of people hit me up and was like, let's get intimate. What y'all talking about? Y'all mind just go straight to sex.
that's the modern day folk. What can we do, bro?
Straight to sex, and I'm like, nah, it's a tad bit more complicated than that. So we definitely gonna get into that. But before we get into today's topic, we're gonna go around and check on our people. We got two guests with us today. We got Miss Pumpkin Spice of the Sassy but Klassy podcast, and we got Jodi SkyyWalker from the Family Talk. And he got a bunch of other stuff he's working on. But I'm gonna let those individuals tell you about themselves. Miss Pumpkin Spice, talk to the people. Tell them how you doing today. How you week getting started so far?
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? My week was good until we found out about Nicole about to run through us in a little bit. So yeah, that's what we're preparing for down here, you know?
Oh wow. Yeah, because that's right, because you're in Florida, right?
Yes.
Wow. The tropical, it's the good and the bad.
Got the storms out there. It's okay. It's going bananas in Cali right now too. So
see, y'all always bragging about that great weather y'all having, and then you got to deal with this though.
It's okay.
It's okay. We need this. This clears out all of the smog, and then we get to go outside in 70+ degree weather and enjoy the sun. So
I guess so. It's the good and the bad. So, but we hope that everybody stays safe in your area. We hope that the storm passes without any major damage and y'all be safe. Because Jodi, you're in Florida too, correct, sir?
Yes. Yeah. I'm from the part of Florida where it floods the streets and we start riding jet skis and fishing off our porches. From that part of Florida, we do stuff like that. So, we're just trying to weed out the fair weather snowbirds. You know what I'm saying? And Hurricane Ian was initiation week. Welcome to here. So,
oh man,
yeah, we got another one coming. Nicole, is it? I believe.
Yeah.
Damn. Nicole, Keisha, Alicia, Felicia.
Yeah. I know some Nicoles, and it's always bad news when they come in.
The Nicoles, huh?
Yeah, I hope it ain't the same with y'all, man. But you know what I'm saying? Welcome to the show, Pumpkin Spice and Jodi. Jodi is returning. You know what I'm saying? This ain't Jodi's first time. If y'all been fans of the show or y'all been viewers of the show, y'all know y'all seen Jodi SkyyWalker's face before. And he also invites us on his platform quite a bit. So y'all know how we do. We got to bring fam in when we talk about these topics to get you the great insight. My guy, Benji Banks, the man, the brand. How you doing, my guy?
Man, it's raining in Cali, man. It's a dreary day. This is when you want some intimacy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You got, it's, weather's a little trippy. You know what I'm saying? We used to sunshine and all of that. You know what I'm saying? This is the space when you need you a little honey. You know what I'm saying? Making a couple biscuits, that type of thing, but other than that, I'm good, man. I'm straight, chilling. Got my wine as always. You know me. Got a sip. But we're missing our girl today, Patricia. You know what I'm saying? Probably messing up everything with this cold, So, I mean, hey, life is all right aside from that.
Yeah, y'all see Benji said something about some biscuits. He brought up biscuits, so y'all already know what kind of biscuits he talking about.
Now, what kind of biscuits you talking about, Benji? Please inform me, brother. I'm new to the biscuit game. What kind of biscuits we talking about? I'm intrigued.
Buns, cakes. I mean, let's just get straight to the point.
Let's get straight into it.
I'm just saying.
You wore the right shirt for that, Benji. You missing that ass though shirt. Wear that. You missing.
I was gonna wear the that ass that mine though shirt tonight. But you know what I'm saying? We already got some new flavor already out there. So you know what I'm saying? Figure we. Since you the climax, we the climax, you might as well, get to it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Okay, so with your shirt, your shirt can serve a couple of purposes. So fellas, buy the shirt that Benji has on because it can help you, right? Okay, say for instance you fall short one day and you can be very creative and tell her she is the climax. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because she didn't get it, but she is the climax. You know what I'm saying? You be
Yes.
creative with your, because sometimes fellas you fall short and you don't get her to where she needs to go. But
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Listen, you got to be able to stimulate the mind. You know what I'm saying? So, if you can't listen, if you ain't the climax, you can't make her climax. And then we got all kind of other issues. I'm just saying.
well, but that's what we're talking about today. The intimacy.
Yes.
See, the intimacy is important to making
Yes.
sure that she climaxes every single time. And it's a science to
Every time. Do you hear
Not
me?
everybody can do that though. I'm just
I
saying.
mean, I mean, listen.
we're here to try to
Some of
give them,
us ain't got that problem.
we're here to give them some information to make sure that they can make a good old college try at it. You know,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
you know that you
take
see what I'm
advantage of what other people take advantage of. That's my saying. I'm just saying.
saying? Oh wow. Well, we
You
have
ain't, hey, if you ain't succeeding, my brother, you ain't finna get too many of them college tries.
first step
You
first. You got to be able to come with the right equipment. You know what I'm saying? Because
Oh, have the sound
you know,
effect.
stay off the gas station pills, man. Stay off them gas.
No, get you some maca root, eat some spinach, brothers. Lay off the beef. Take the pork out your life. Listen to me. I'm trying to help y'all. You get what I'm
Isn't there
saying?
another
Drink
one?
more
The
water.
goat. There's a
Drink more
goat pill or
ginger.
something, right?
Get you some sea moss in your life. Bless your life. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Lay off some of this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
slow down.
You're having troubles, and your lady is, she notices. You should talk to her. She'll tell you.
Drinking,
Yes, Miss Pumpkin.
smoking.
There is horny
Okay.
goat weed.
There you go. That's what it's called. I was trying to think
That's
about it. I
a
couldn't.
thing.
Yeah, horny goat weed, your hembe. It's a whole bunch of stuff that you can take that's like natural. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? That
natural products.
assist you, but the gas station pill is not the answer.
Yes, see, if you at the space where you got to use gas station pills, that means you wasn't taking care of yourself up until that point. And
But I
brothers, you
thought
should be hitting your prime when you hit your 40s. That don't mean you should be declining. You should be in that thing strong. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just
I
saying.
got a question.
Go ahead.
I thought that was just like for enhancement. I didn't know that you really needed it to. So you really use that to get there?
I
Yeah,
don't know. I don't have that problem.
no, I've never used it, but the concept is out there, right? The gas station pill, what it is,
Oh,
basically an over-the-counter Viagra. You take it, it makes you hard for a few hours or whatever, and then but you got side effects. You know what I'm saying? So if you take that, you're taking a risk. It's kind of for me. I say the gas station pill is the equivalent of going to the tire shop asking for a patch instead of just getting another tire. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just gonna fix it right then.
Yes, and
Man,
we got problems. And
you
listen, fellas,
no problem.
Hennessy and vodka should be an add-on. The liquor, it should be an add-on. It shouldn't be your source of getting yourself together. I'm just saying. I'm giving y'all these tips.
but it
Macaroon.
give you an opposite though, don't it? When you take those, it give you the opposite effect. It doesn't even give you the erection. You don't get one,
I mean, I listen.
right?
I don't have those problems. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you what the ladies tell me. You get what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
I'm still at 7-Eleven. I didn't even leave yet. So
Yeah,
like I'm still on that. Like what?
Hold on. I'm still on the fact that Miss Love Christie said that's what killed my neighbor.
Which one?
see,
That's
Who in
see?
the
I'm
7-Eleven?
on that comment. That's what killed my neighbor. Like what?
Yes, the gas station pills. See, everybody.
bro. From what I
No.
understand, it has you stimulated so much. If you got a bad heart, see, that's why you got to lay off that pork. You got to lay off all of that beef and that meat. You get what I'm saying? You can't be pushing all of that. And then you ain't working out. So, you know what I'm saying? Your gut is filled with all them toxins. And Eat some fruit, brothers. It ain't just for the women. Eat some fruit. Detox at least once a week. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself together. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Nice to
Yeah,
know. I did not know that.
yeah. So
Okay.
if a
Well,
guy show up,
we always spitting fire on this show. I just want you to know that.
hey, if a
Oh,
guy shows up and he's got a Rhino 5000, it's
what? Oh my
it might be
God.
finna go down, but we're gonna have to monitor him because if you see his eyes rolling in the back of his head, it might not be from the ecstasy from the
Bro,
sunshine.
gonna, bro
Yeah,
gonna pass out
he
shortly.
might be about to
So
pass out.
Get
Yeah,
Hey, that
I'm
back.
just
might be,
saying.
he gonna be on them paddles in a little bit. Clear.
Oh, that's just like that. What's that guy named Samuel? Whatever his
Hey,
name was.
we got our next lady in. Come on now, from the Sassy and Klassy podcast.
Me a baby.
All
yeah,
right, we in there.
What?
yeah. So
Reggie Adams says not FDA approved.
that's a fact. That is a fact. It's not FDA approved, so to stay away
Just
from it.
putting anything in your body. When all you
Hey,
got to do, fellas, listen to me. You want to listen to me? Get your body together, man. Go to the gym. Do some
But
jump
you know
rope.
what? Sometimes it may not be that. It may be that y'all testosterone levels are a little bit low. You may be
But
stressed out. Your pocket ain't
but
right.
you
You know,
know
it's a
what
lot of
helps
other
your
contributing
testosterone
factors to
levels?
that. Hmm?
But you know what helps your testosterone levels?
What is that, may I ask?
Your eating habits.
That is absolutely correct.
See, you gotta watch your eating habits. Them brothers, you know what I'm saying? Brothers who know, they know these things. You gotta take care of yourself. You can't just be out here doing
You
whatever
sound
you
like a
want to
pro,
do.
so that means you done been through some things over there.
No, I ain't been through it. I learned from the people who went through it. See, I'm the Negro. You ain't got to tell me twice,
You're
because I can't
advocate.
live this life. let me just be honest. I can't live this life with bad
Mm,
pipe. I'm just saying, I can't do it. I can't
clutching
do it.
my pearls over here.
I can't do it. I can't do it. Do you hear me? I cannot do it. My reputation exceeds me. So I'm just saying.
That wine gonna get you. That wine gonna mess you up. That's what's gonna happen if you gotta stop sipping on that.
Benji,
You don't even know how it's made, and you drinking it.
hey,
Ooh,
Benji,
You
it's
remember
called
that question?
a bad dick report. You don't want a bad
See,
grade on your dick report card. Cause
thank
that
you.
ain't
What's on
I
there?
don't like to
What's on
mention
there?
certain words because I ain't into
oh,
that type of thing. I'm just
my
saying,
bad.
like, but you understand my drift. You get where I'm coming from.
The report. Give me the criteria.
My criteria?
No, Jody said there's a report. What's on the report?
Oh, like you know what I'm saying? When you know how it is when after y'all do the do, you know what I'm saying? You already know she gonna hit the group chat. So if she hit the
Yeah.
group
She gonna talk.
chat
She gonna
and
tell all the girls.
no,
She
I'm
gonna
gonna say, okay, if she hit the, you know what I'm saying, when she hit the group chat and she like, bruh, this N word, you already know you getting D, probably F. But if
yes.
she
Waste my time.
FaceTime her homegirl, if she FaceTime her homegirl and be like, bitch, that should be his thing. You know what I'm saying? You getting A. You know what I'm saying? You hit a passing grade. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
When you hit an A, that means the D was on good, the oral was on point. You know what I'm saying? The intimacy
She
was
gonna
there.
testify.
You know what I'm saying?
Te-
It's a lift your hands moment. You know what I'm saying?
tell me I'm lying, Punky. Is she gonna
Hey,
testify or not?
Nah, it depends on who the person is. If it's somebody it's just like wham bam, then yeah, you're gonna brag about it. But if somebody has potential, you probably gonna keep it a little secret for a little bit, because they might want to try it out too.
See, there
I'm
you
being
go. Because you
honest.
don't want everybody in your business. I like that.
There you
I'm
go.
I
glad you
like
brought
that.
that up, and I'm glad you mentioned that because, yeah, a lot of ladies get mad when you got a dude and you saying he doing all this stuff, and you telling your homegirls, and they sitting there rubbing their hands like, yeah,
Like Birdman.
First flight out.
hey, you're giving
Keep,
him.
ladies, you heard what Pumpkin just said. Keep your business to yourself. What was that Fresh Prince skit, Ken, where he was like, mind your business. That's all. just mind your business. Don't be telling all your homegirls about the fantasies that your man be putting on you. Because you know she ain't getting the pipe, according to studies.
So according to studies,
70+% of women do not orgasm.
That is absolutely. I think it's a little bit higher than 70.
I believe it is. I believe it's in the 80s, if I'm not mistaken, but I wanted to play it on the safe side. Listen, you don't want to put all your business out there. I'm just saying. Listen to Punkin. I'm just saying.
Because some people are struggling out there.
Love Christy asked a good question. She said, do men share this type of info?
Hell yeah.
Hold on. It depends.
No. It's the same rules like what Punkin said.
If it's a chick we ain't keeping, then yeah, we'll share it with the homies. But if
we'll share.
Bruh, we don't share stories with our main, like the one we keeping, we ain't sharing no stories.
Facts.
You ain't sharing nothing. You ain't getting a pic, nothing. You don't
even know she exists.
Right. Until I show up at your wedding with my +1.
But that's not true, because like if it's like a brag session and everybody's going in, I feel like you're gonna bring that up. Oh yeah, try to up one on everybody
with your possibles, yeah. But the one chick, you seen what I posted today about the brother distraught. I didn't know he was, you know what I'm saying, doing his thing like that. But you can tell that brother was hurt because he lost his main chick, the one that put it down on him. You know what I'm saying? He was hurt. He distraught. He was crying. He was all of that, and I had no clue. I didn't know he was. I've never known he was dating this chick. He was keeping it on the low, but you can tell he was hurt. He was hurt. He was hurt bad. But brothers don't. I'm telling you, we don't. We keep that on the low. I don't want you to know who my main chick is. Leslie Jones, what she say?
He disappointed me so sad. So Leslie, break it down for us. Like, put it in the chat. Like, what do you mean by the disappointment? Is it the performance? Is it the size? Is it the angle? I mean, like let's get some detail.
Everything.
Let's get some clarity. Okay.
Right. She said, if Punk can say everything.
Listen, everything has to be on point. Because you get one look, it's just like, oh my God, can you hurry the hell up? This is like, ugh.
But you sit there and you entertain it though. Tell me why? Because it's just the moment.
No, it's not even that. It's just like, you don't want to crush a person's ego because y'all know it's so fragile. You'll probably be dipping your head in somebody's ditch for quite some time before you come back up. It's just, and you just kind of be like, that should be like, bitch, hurry the fuck up, like that kind of shit.
Right. But
look at big kid. I'm serious.
I got a
Go ahead, Jodi.
As a man, right? And I kind of be out here in these streets sometime. I kind of don't. I kind of do, right? Please, my sisters, please start hurting these niggas' feelings and telling them that shit is whack. Please do.
Why?
Because the problem is, it's too many whack dudes thinking they're doing good. You know what I'm saying?
Very true.
It's because you messing it up for the rest of us. You know what I'm saying? I can't even give myself a compliment because this brother done messed it up. No, hurt his feelings. Okay.
But Jodi, you got to understand that's part of the game, because if let's say if the D is whack, but he cash app her, he take care of her financially. She got to play the game, because if she don't, she ain't getting that bag.
But that's an arrangement though. You know what I'm saying? See, that's how you keep your money flowing. Because I wouldn't tell no chick her head was whack if I'm getting cash out. No, I'm gonna let you keep doing your thing because I'm exchanging. But if we mutually agree to this act, and it's like I want to be good on my end just like you wanted to be good on yours, then yeah, I'm gonna tell you your stuff was whack. Like that was trash, bro.
But
you know what I'm saying?
Not everybody can handle that. You get what I'm saying?
Very true.
Again,
Leslie Jones just says y'all can't handle the truth. Is she talking about men?
Yeah.
Because again,
I agree.
Cannot handle the truth. Like brothers can't handle the truth. Brothers,
facts.
y'all chime in. Y'all can't handle the truth. What's going on?
No,
I don't
y'all
know.
can't, because I'm telling you, it's like that's like one of the things that you guys just feel like you got down pat. And if it's like somebody just tell you, oh no, it's not it's like your whole world just ended. It's more
Well,
important than having money in your pocket.
But hold on. And what I want to explain, especially to the brothers, because I'm gonna let y'all address the sisters, to the brothers, as in sports, because we're competitive, you got to be coachable, right? And the only way you're gonna make improvements is if you accept those critiques from the coach. And the woman is the coach. So if you're not doing something right, allow her the space to tell you what you're not doing right so you can make those improvements. She might not necessarily allow you to have another shot at her, but for the next time, or the next young lady that you run into, maybe it's something that you were doing wrong that she can give you a tip on. I mean, that's just how I look at it, because
I would agree. I would agree.
I look at everything as it's not a loss, it's a lesson, right? You know what I'm saying?
Because ultimately, listen, for me personally, it's more of making sure that the lady gets pleased. That's my end goal. Like, I don't even think much about me during a moment like this, because it's not. I've never assumed that it was about me ever in that moment. It's because if you put it down, if you handle it right, and you got to remember, she's probably only approaching you because she's feeling you. So for you to actually not take the time to hang the trophy on the wall, to me, that is a total downfall and an upset to the niggerdom kingdom, because you just messed up. I
I
mean,
agree.
come
Okay.
on, man. Come on.
So we had one comment, and Christopher Gross said, but what may not be for her may be right for the next one, and so on and so forth. And that's true. That's 100%.
True.
There is
You gotta
no
learn the person.
Yes, there's no absolute across the board. You have to take time to learn each person. But I'll address the women with this one, because I hear this a lot from women. He didn't know what he was doing, this, that, and the third. But you have to quantify what he didn't know that he wasn't doing, because each guy is not going to know you the first time. You got to give him an opportunity to figure out what pushes your buttons, right?
Right. True.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Now, if he just doesn't know basic stuff, then that's one thing. But if you like, you know what I'm saying, your nipples played with or something like that, and he doesn't do that, how does he know if you don't tell him? Right.
And furthermore, it ain't just about laying the pipe. You gotta you gotta be multifaceted in this game. I'm just saying, if your game is right. So, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't working, you know what I'm saying, you got other areas to tap into. She got plenty of
Like
space for
what?
you to work with. I'm just saying.
What to tap in with? What tap in with what? What you talking about?
So if the pipe ain't right, and again, I don't know, because again, these
Then
ain't
that
my
means
problems.
okay, go ahead.
You gotta know how, you know what I'm saying? You gotta know how to eat tacos. It's Taco
Yeah,
Tuesday.
but if you can't do that, you can't eat tacos
You
either.
shouldn't be in the bed if you don't know how to lay pipe, if you don't know how to eat tacos, if you don't know how to tell her to see. I can get explicit now. If you don't,
But
you shouldn't even be in the
you're
game. You
up.
should
But the
go back
thing
and
is, you're a
learn.
little bit up there, so you're a little bit more advanced. You've been there, done that. So now we're talking about our people that's in their 20s, 30s, exploring, trying to figure it out, and think they know what they're doing because they've been doing the same thing. And everyone, like Jodi was saying, and the other guy, make it seem like they know what they're doing, so they think they got the game down pat. And they get in their 40s, and you be like, that shit whack. Oh, y'all heard the bars.
I mean, I'm just saying.
But see, that's what makes what Jodi said more important, because if you're not telling these guys, then you have those guys that go from these different points in their life believing that they know what they're doing until they get to a woman who actually is going to tell them the truth, and then their feelings is hurt because all these women that they had before told them all these lies. So,
And then you have the statistic: 70+% of women have not orgasm. Climax. You see the shirt.
Glad I'm not them.
Well, go testify then. I'm just saying.
But like, Benji, hear me out. Here's the thing, right? I had a conversation, right? And not to put my business out, but I was talking to this little chick, and I said this, right? She was talking about, how it's really hard for her to get to that point. I say, listen, this is the tool for you to get to whatever point you're trying to get to, right?
Right.
You use me as the tool. Communicate with me where it is that you need me to be for you to get from A to a blissful B. That's the whole point. And I think, you know what I'm saying? I tried to tell one of my homeboys, it's like, he's trying to, he's one of those he's one of those in the 70%. And I'm like, look, honestly, if you communicate effectively, right? Sex is actually easy, right? If you listen to this chick, right? Just listen to her, right? When you doing your thing, she will grab you by your hips and point you in whatever direction she wants you to be, right? All you got to do is pay attention. She will put your hands on her neck. She'll put her hands on her nipples. She'll put your hand. She will literally move you. If you are doing like enough, she will move you to get her where she needs to be. Because she didn't
that sounds like a cougar right there.
She didn't get into. It's not even. You know what? It's a woman who's sexually experienced.
So she kind of reposition a little bit, tilt.
She'll reposition herself. She'll reposition you. She'll lean a little bit to the left. She'll scoot up, and it's like all you got to do is pay attention to what she doing. And once you get in tune to pay attention to what she doing, you Gucci.
Well, you should be paying attention to. Well, you should be paying attention to her body, because her body will react to you, no matter what.
But that's if the person is there for that person. But if they trying to get their own, they ain't paying attention to that.
Well, see, I mean, selfishness during sex and lovemaking, I don't understand it. It makes no sense to me, unless you're just a booger wolf and you just smashing to get up out of there. I'm just saying,
Okay. And there's so many of them out there. Ugh.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's backtrack, right? We started, we jumped into the conversation, and of course, sex is the ultimate thing, is the thing that everybody discusses and we talk about, but there is a roadmap and a reason behind when it gets to the sexual part that a lot of people have malfunctions.
Right.
It has nothing to do with the sex. It has everything to do with what we're talking about today, is the actual intimacy, right? Mm-hmm. So let's get intimate. Let's talk about these details, because this is part of the problem, right? We get to the sex part and then we ain't aligning, things ain't working, but there was things that we missed before we even got there, right? That's creating a roadblock at that point, and we can't figure it out. And we can help you with some of the reasons maybe why.
Right.
Having success there, but it has nothing to do.
And this has everything to do with the picks and the choices that you make. But if you don't know these things, you're just looking for a sexual experience. If you don't meet these criteria, then you get 70+% of women.
Yeah, you get all these people all in you, all over you that shouldn't even be there to begin with.
And we got a lot of frustrated people out here. So we're going to give you this fire game, and we're going to help y'all out. We got you.
All right. Go ahead. We know Big Kim been in the game by, 20 years, 20 plus years with your wife?
Yeah, we ain't talking about me today. We're talking about everybody. I'll give y'all a little game. But
please, because we trying to be like you.
Yeah, I got y'all. We're gonna start with this. Benji found this, and we want to start out by asking this. And it said, put them in order for a good relationship. Great sex. We know y'all put sex at the top of y'all list, but it doesn't belong at the top of the list. Actually, in my estimation, right? Great sex, communication, good finances, compatibility, quality time, same beliefs. So,
okay.
If y'all could put these in order, put them at the top of your list, like what things are at the top of your list, you know what I'm saying? Because I can rest assured it's not sex.
I got mine.
Go ahead, Punk.
Oh, you ready for me? So I would go with communication.
Okay.
Compatibility. Quality time. Good finances, then same beliefs, and then the good sex.
Oh wow! Okay.
Wow, sex at the end.
At the end. See,
yeah, because you gotta remember, if all that stuff don't fall into place, you're not even gonna be able to do that.
Fellas, pay attention.
Fellas,
Like
y'all hear this game right here.
if I can't talk to you, I don't want to be around you. If you ain't got no coins, I damn sure don't want to be around you. If we're not compatible in any kind of way, like that even don't even spark you to even want to even get there. Quality time obviously will get you into that space because you're spending time. The person gets to know you, so the emotions are like, rampant. Same belief is not a plus because not everyone have the same beliefs. Just as long as you believe in a higher, God, you could be, what, Pentecostal, and I could be Baptist, but we still believe in God. So that's not really a big thing. But all those have to come together in order for you to even get to that next phase. If you're doing it before any of this, it's not even great sex. It's just lust, and I'm trying to get my rocks off. Like that shit is not even it.
So what do you say to the person that is just interested in getting their rocks off?
If that's what you want to do, let's keep it there and let's make it known that's all it is, because people get in their emotions all the time. So this is what it is. We're gonna be done. Don't call me, don't speak to me. I don't even want to see you anymore. Keep it at that.
I dig that. This is fire game, y'all. This is free game we're giving y'all.
Yeah,
Yep.
especially for the guys, because a lot of times guys are not in tune with these things when it comes to the ladies, and they think that it's all about the equipment that they bring to the work site, when it's actually the orientation that you had to take before you even got to the work site. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
say that again. Where I like that. Say that again.
The orientation. I'm just saying.
Orientation, you know what I'm saying?
Orientation.
Like communication.
Ken, by the way, jot that down because that's got to go on a T-shirt.
Hey man,
orientation first.
I'm just saying, like when you get a job, first thing you do is you go to orientation, right? And
you don't start working first, right?
They give you all the good communication, all the keys to how you be successful at this job, what you need to do. You got to learn that stuff. You got to talk. You got to, have that conversation, and then you develop a little bit of connection, right? So when you start actually doing your job, you can be more efficient at your job and be more proficient at your job if you know this information ahead of time. So, you know what I'm saying? That's step one. You got to go through orientation. So a lot of people try to skip orientation and just go right to it. And, there's a lot of memes going around saying, like, when people apply for jobs that they know they can't do, and then they just sitting there looking stupid on day one. I mean, there's jobs out there that will hire you because you said you can do a job, but when you get there, you're not qualified.
You don't know what you're doing.
It's agreed. And that's what happens to these guys. A lot of these guys, they get to the woman that they've been trying to get to, and they ain't been listening when she's been talking to them. And then they get there, and they just signed up for a job that they ain't qualified for. So,
And
fellas, get your job. Fellas, add to your resume. Get your game up. You got to be multifaceted. You can't be one-dimensional.
You heard that.
Okay, so we got a fella that commented, Christopher Gross. He commented. He said, communication, compatibility, good sex, quality time, good finances. Last one. So the good finances piece to me is one that may be slept on, because if you are broke, trying to enjoy a reputable woman and do things with her and get to that point to where y'all enjoy maybe the sex, which is women have as later on. You got to have some money to get to that point. You know what I'm saying?
I would agree.
But you know what, person, you're absolutely correct. But there are some individuals, like, they can still be able to, like, have the intercourse with a person and be broke and got no money in their pocket and still be able to have a good time. How can you do that? If you ain't got no money, how can you function, man?
You want to know why? Because sometimes the broke person has nothing to lose. So he has to show out. You get what I'm saying? What makes a man even more deadly is when he got all his ducks lined up. This is the man that 80% of women want. The man who got all of his stuff together and can do and handle his business. Them the women that most of the women in the world want. So I like the odds of having my stuff together, because it just increases your odds. So for me.
But you know what? It never works like that. It's typically the one that can do the do that ain't got to do. And then the one that got to do can't do the do. You get what I'm saying?
Well, let me tell you something.
That
Let me
should
tell
go
you
on a
something.
t-shirt.
I've heard that
Gas
conversation.
station pills.
I've heard that conversation before, and I equated to one woman explained it to me as you got the guy who doesn't have a job, who's broke, who has less stress because he ain't worried about nothing, right? He
Right.
he carefree. He ain't focused on nothing. Where you got the guy out here who's working all the time. He got a little stress at work. He might have kids. He might have a lot of stuff going on. So it's less. It's harder for him to focus than this guy over here who's just broken, has nothing to focus on but that. So
Right.
and sometimes the guys that don't have nothing about themselves but the sex, they're living based on that because they know if they can go knock the bottom out of something, they can have a place to stay. Like Jodi said, a
Oh
homosexual.
Lord. Ooh, okay.
Facts. Well, we
So
got Mia in the house from the Sassy but Classy podcast.
Oh
Come
no,
on,
she
talk
ain't
to us,
come
Mia.
in.
What's your list looking like?
Huh?
Oh, there
Let
she
me look
go.
at the list. Hold on.
Put that list up there again, Ken. Let's get that in there.
I got it
boom.
right here, I think.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see what Mia got on her list. Let's talk.
So I would say communication, quality time, compatibility, um, good finances, same beliefs, and great sex.
Dang,
So
another one with sex last. Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all must have been disappointed a lot.
No, no,
I,
not really. Let me hold on. Wait, let me see. Okay.
I just had to throw that out there. I'm just
No, you
saying
know when you get
it's
of
just a
Nah.
age,
question.
your
For
priorities
me,
change a little bit.
for me, I'm a sapiosexual, so an intelligent man is what's gonna get me off in the first place. So I gotta like really get to know you first before I be like, yeah, I'm finna put this pussy on you and shit. I don't know. I'm just not finna do it.
and that's
Makes sense.
she
Makes
mentions
sense.
that, and a lot of people, some of those people out there probably don't even know what a sapiosexual is, but there is such people out there who, again, the communication aspect, the ability to articulate and talk and get your thoughts and your words across in an amazing way can get you where you need to go, fellas, and that's why the communication is important. So
So then this allows for the brother who can talk a rock off a cliff to find his way in, right?
No.
If he got game,
If it's too obvious, then no. I know I'm going to know that he has too much game. Like I know it's
okay,
game, so no, that's not gonna work for me.
okay,
I
makes
have the
sense.
ability of discernment, so with that being said, like I'm gonna know the difference.
I like that. I like that.
The
I like
person
that.
who doesn't know the difference, the person who choose not to know the difference, is because they may be in a space where they're looking for that, but they allow their judgment to be clouded because they're so focused. I gotta be somewhere. I gotta be somewhere. All my friends got someone. I ain't got nobody. So now it's like you're desperate. So you miss all those signs when it comes to that piece.
I like that. I like that.
that's
Mm-hmm.
that's good information, fellas. You're getting a lot of good information. I know some of y'all are disappointed that they didn't put sex higher on their list, but you got some stuff you got to have before you can even think about that, especially with more mature women.
Right.
When you get past that 20, you know what I'm saying, into your 30s, then fellas, you got to start having something with you other than the D. Like you can't just you can't just come with the D anymore. Like you got to be some substance with that. Got to be something
And
in addition to.
and I would say a big part of that is because, ladies, y'all are guilty of this. Y'all aren't telling a lot of these brothers
Mm-hmm.
that they ain't got it in that area. So if you've been lied to all your life, me and Ken talked about this, that you are a 10, and then you run into that brother that's like, nah, you ain't a 10, like you a 3. Like your feelings is hurt. Most men won't hurt women's feelings like that, but in the same sense, ladies, sometimes y'all don't hurt these brothers' feelings. I agree with Jodi. So now he thinks that's all he has to attain.
But
So that's
Um,
what he believes. He's like,
if I could
if I just
interject
got the
into
good
that,
pipe, then
let Mia go first, and then I'm coming after that.
go ahead, Mia, because we got to get to Jodi too on
the
his
only
chart.
the only thing about that, right, is because today we live in a society where being black women is just a dangerous entity within itself. So we can't just be out here telling niggas, oh yeah, like y'all shit ain't y'all whack. You know, it's a certain type of way we would have to do it. Um, so I don't think that's, a good thing. I think that if she does do something like that, she has to be careful on the way she communicates it, because a lot of men cannot handle a woman telling them that they are not bringing X, Y, and Z to the
Damn.
table. So you can
But if
say
he's
that.
a
You can
good
say that, but
communicator,
yes, if you are a good communicator, absolutely, it's doable. Like I said, it's a certain type of way that she will have to communicate those things. Now, if it's somebody who does not know how to communicate and she just off the bat being disrespectful with it, it still end up being dangerous. And sometimes, even if she was a good communicator and tell them, like, men nowadays, like, they cannot take it. Look at how many women that, not even to change the subject, but how many women just based off of them not giving a man their number and he ends up killing them. Like, I don't
right,
know. So it needs to be said, but is it really worth it? No, it's not worth it.
right.
Not in
Sometimes
my
you have
opinion.
to. I understand it from a lady standpoint. Sometimes you got to
But there
walk the
is a way
tightrope
that
because egos are fragile.
you
Yeah,
can tell them you just don't speak to them no more, and clearly you know the clue. If that happened and I just cut you off, or there's no conversation, then you already know what it is, sir. It was bad. Don't
Yeah,
call.
that's usually what I
Simple
do.
as that.
Well, when
Block.
Silence
Move
cannot be
on.
misquoted.
Period. Silence can't be misquoted. You got that.
like, bruh, I'm sorry. Yeah, but not saying it. So you are you cool with going ghost?
I think it
Oh,
also
absolutely. Like Casper.
I think it also depends on how far you are into the relationship, right? If it's just
Right.
somebody that you in a new relationship with, it'd be hard to talk to them about that. But if you've been in a relationship with somebody for, 6 months to a year or something like that or more, like you should feel comfortable enough to tell him if he has shortcomings in any area. If the
Right.
conversations are not where they're supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, you should be able to share that with him. And brothers, y'all got to be willing to, again, like I said, be coachable. Y'all got to
Right.
be able to sit there and take those critiques in order to get better, in order to make yourself a better man, if not for her, for the next woman.
I agree.
I agree. Okay,
All
well
right, my
there you
man
go. I
Jody,
told you
give
it was
us
coming
your
out. There you go,
give us your
baby.
chart, bro.
All right, so
Oh
number
yeah,
one,
this is the chart I want to see. Go ahead.
number one on my list would definitely be communication, because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, all you talking to somebody, it helps like 1,000%. Communication is always going to be the most important. Number two is going to be compatibility. You know what I'm saying? Because when you communicate and you actually can get along with the person, you know what I'm saying, that's the level of intimacy right there a lot of people don't understand. You know what I'm saying? That's why y'all out here with baby daddies that you can't stand. That's why y'all broke up before the pregnancy, before the baby dropped, because you ain't got no compatibility, no communication. Number
Right.
three would be good finances, because I ain't fucking no broke bitch. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be expensive, but I ain't messing with no broke. No, I ain't
There's
broke. So
another lift your hands moment.
I ain't broke, so you can't be broke either. Number four after that, right, will have to be quality time. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like we can't kick it and spend time together. And I ain't talking about like time, like if like again, this is where a lot of brothers mess up at, right? It's like y'all in relationships with somebody y'all couldn't hang out with all day. You know what I'm saying? If I just can't kick it with you doing regular shit, we can't run errands together. Like if I can't have a woman in my life that I can just go to Publix with and grab some, some fried chicken, with and have a genuinely decent time with you, then there ain't no point of you rocking with me. And then
Facts.
once you get all of that in line, you know what I'm saying? You got the communication, the money's right, we compatible, we spending hella time together. Baby, that sex is off the chain.
Splash, split splash. I was taking the bath
You know what I'm saying?
on about a Saturday night.
Ain't nothing better than picking your girl up from brunch and she in the car being nasty. Girl, I'm about to pull this shit over to an empty parking lot. You hear me? And the last one to be beliefs. Like, I don't give a damn if you Muslim, Christian, Buddhism. I don't care. As long as you listen, you can throw that thing back in the name of Allah. I give a damn. As long as we rock together like that. So that would be my order.
I dig that. I dig that. That was dope. There you go, fellas. You got a dope perspective from a dope brother. So
Yeah, that was a very interesting perspective, Jodi. I like that. I like that.
I mean, I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? What Pumpkin said is very true. It's a lot of dudes out there, and myself. You know what I'm saying? I kind of got older, and I started to realize the more you vibe with a chick, listen, the wetter that thing get. You know what I'm saying? Because for a lot of women, like a lot of these young brothers don't understand that, bro. These women, it's like a lot of sex is mental up here. Like a women be turned on just looking at you.
All of it is mental. OG
Yes, I would agree.
Told me a woman's climax starts up here, and then it goes.
Yes. I seen a video one time. Old dude say, I ain't never had a small dick to a bitch who like me.
Facts.
I mean,
that is facts.
When you in a relationship, right? You big dick dingling. The moment she stopped liking you, you little dick bastard, all that good stuff. Everything is whack. Long as she love you, sex is on point. The moment you
spitting facts.
Get on my nerves, it's a wrap.
It's just the facts.
Listen, because women be like, I like a dude with a belly, and then as soon as you piss off, you fat bitch. That's how they be, bro. That's how they be, bro.
You are 100% right about it. Hey, I'll say this though. For the brothers that were raised by their mothers and their mothers were solid, you already got this down pat, and you know it. I'm just saying.
Because their mothers were solid? Or why is that? Why do you feel that?
Because moms taught us everything. Moms taught us the woman's perspective.
Okay.
I'm not saying pops didn't. I'm not saying pops didn't, because if you had both, but if you're in the instance, and a lot of these brothers' cases, they learn from their moms. They learn from their aunts. They learn some of the things that women like. There's a study out there that suggests married men look the sexiest when they're cleaning the house to their wives. They look the best when they're at home helping their wives.
Yeah, cooking, cleaning, yeah.
Yeah.
It makes me feel, shit. Okay.
I didn't have to wash the dishes, cook, clean, do all of that after work.
Oh, Lord, that's the best feeling in the world.
What I say earlier, splish splash, I was taking a bath.
Benji comes with facts. Them stats.
He taking a bath in the pool, drowning. Okay.
I'm just saying. And you got to know how to swim. I'm just saying. Take some swimming lessons. My brother taught me how to swim. He threw me in the deepest part of the swimming pool and taught me how to swim. So I'm just saying.
I be helping chicks clean it. It don't even be because I be trying to be like, I don't be trying to be intimate. I be at your house like, can I help you clean up, boo? You're like, oh my God, he want to help me clean up. Baby, I got OCD. That kind of dusty.
Look at that guy.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, I got OCD. I ain't helping you clean up because I want to. I can't stand looking at this damn thing on the carpet. Where your vacuum cleaner at? Yeah, I'm trying to I just listen. I don't like the way the carpet is flowing. You know when you vacuum and you come back, it's supposed to stand up your carpet.
The lines, yes sir, yes sir. When the lines be off, it just lets your whole day.
In your carpet, so now my OCD kicking up. Whole time you think I'm being intimate. I just want to see the correct lines in the carpet and an empty trash can. So that's why I'm helping you clean up, bro.
No.
Wow. Okay. Let's get to some of these comments right quick, because there's some comments over here that's wild. Okay. Conversations with K-Flow says she met someone who hit everything on the list and he was too eager to have sex, so her discernment kicked in and she found out he was married. Well, conversations with Miss K-Flow, he was in a hurry. He knew you were going to eventually find out he was married, so he was trying to hurry up and hit it.
Yes, he ain't got time to waste. He married. He trying to clap and get out of there. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, that's what that was? Oh, okay.
Come on, married brothers ain't got all that kind of time. Come on now.
It's like those offers at the store. It's only for a limited time. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta cash in while you can.
And he trying to give it that McRib dick. Only his McRib
dick. Limited time, huh?
Limited time.
Yeah. I need that ASAP.
Yeah, that's
it. That's in and out, just like a robbery. I'm just saying.
Okay, so the next one is a very good question by Dr. Lauren Pierre. How many men actually express an interest in knowing if a woman climaxed, or does he prefer to assume he was successful without really checking with his partner? That's an interesting.
I'll say
Oh,
this.
that's a good question.
I'll say this. Sexually, a man shouldn't even worry about. Now, this is just me. A man shouldn't even worry about himself first in a sexual experience. She should have climaxed 2 or 3 times before you even slide in. That I can't speak for nobody else,
And
but
how
I'm
would
just
those three
saying.
times would have taken place? What would have you done to make those three things take place before you do that, sir? Just
What do you
asking for the
supposed to
people in
do?
the back.
See, first you got to understand there comes the mental. You got to get her mind ready, so you know what you got to do. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
You gotta talk. She's a sapiosexual, Mia, so you got to talk to her a
Mhm.
certain way. But you got to also smell a certain way. You got to look a
Mhm.
certain way. You got to,
Mhm.
when you invite her over to the crib, you got to make sure that nice little jazz, what she like is playing. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to also have your wine. You know what I'm saying? See, you got to
There you go.
you got to have your stuff, but you got to have the stuff she like.
See, I should
Cause
have
see,
some
this ain't
wine right
about
here.
you. This ain't. Listen, fellas, this ain't about you. You're serenading. Once you're serenading, when you in
I
your
haven't heard
moment.
that word in so long.
See,
Go ahead.
but see, my mama taught me that, and she was only around for a little bit of time, so everything she said was vital. She passed. She was out of here by the time I was 8 years old,
Oh
so I had to
wow.
learn all of this stuff extra early. But yeah, you create the atmosphere. Make sure your house smelling good. Get them little wallflowers. Put them in your crib. Make sure when she pull up in the crib, it's either smelling like some eucalyptus mint or smelling like something freshly being cooked in the oven. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
Look like
Turn the
more like
dryer on and
vanilla
throw some bounty
lavender.
sheets in there, brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. The smell. Women love smells. If you don't know this, I don't know what to tell you, but I'm gonna give you this free game. And then after
Mhm.
that, you make sure she's allowed to be feminine. Allow her to be a woman. At this moment, you don't want her broing you and sounding like Glorilla and all of that. You want all of that to come down. And you want that to be how you doing? You need anything? You got anything? You need me to bring anything over? That's what you want. When you get her to that level, then you get wine in her. And then you just, you chill out. You have a nice conversation with you. How was your day at work? You know
Oh,
what I'm
so
saying?
you get the wine in it. Don't tell people that, but go ahead. Hmm.
I mean, I'm supposed to. I'm giving y'all this free game, okay?
Now you make her
Listen to me.
inebriated, and now
I'm
she
telling
you
you
finna
what
make
my
a wise
aunts and my
decision.
moms taught me. I'm just saying.
Okay.
And then you work your way around all of that and you create an atmosphere. And once you do all of that, she gonna let you know. Because there's gonna be some kissing. And then you can't kiss her like you ain't never kissed a woman before. Slow down, Tito. Slow down, Tito. Damn. Like
Can
slow
I
down. Like
can
kiss
I
her
interject
softly.
real quick?
Find the spot on her neck because it's there, whether it's behind her ear, wherever it may be. Find it. Take your time. Chill out. Don't be. This ain't
Hold
no.
on,
This ain't no. This
hold
ain't
on,
no race. Slow
hold on,
down.
hold on, hold on. Pumpkin got to. She needs to interject here, so this is gonna be good. Go ahead.
hey,
I have to interject because you saying
I'm,
doing all. What's the word you
I'm
say?
taking notes.
You said serenading, right?
Serenade. You got to.
Okay, so you're absolutely correct. That's like 1975 type thing because these 2000 babies ain't doing all that. But it's like by the time you do all before that person even step foot into the crib or even come there, they already know if they're gonna do it or not. And I'm
I
just being a
agree.
buck.
But
So now if you just do like the first little two, oh, okay, bit of house, that's good. Okay, oh boy, got good breath. Okay. Oh, look at the house click. That all you ain't gotta do all the extra stuff you talking about.
that is true. But you got to understand. In some cases, you
Honestly,
don't want to be a
Why
cockhound.
in her? So like, that's the same thing I was
Why did her
saying.
sounding kind of Cosby?
Yes, I said the same
Listen,
thing.
you don't want to be a cockhound though. Don't come off
Wait a
as a
minute, what's a
dude
cockhound?
who just want the pussy.
What's a,
Don't come off like that. Like, stop it.
Hey,
wait, what's a
hold on, Genji.
cockhound?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this, right? That sounds good, but I got a story for you, right?
Oh,
Wait, Jodi, wait, what's a cockhound?
Listen, that's like just all over it. Like, you're just a
Oh, okay.
beast. You just
oh man.
we can't shut you off. Like you okay. You know the dudes really who are mad out here about girls flying from here to
Correct.
there. He flew old girl out, this. Them the dudes who don't get pussy on the regular. Any dude who ain't tripping off of this, they ain't commented on that foolishness. Like dudes
You
who
right,
get
I'm
it
right
and
there
get
with
it
y'all.
whenever they want, they ain't complaining on these blogs and on these pages because it's not, they ain't tripping. They are the 80% that women want. So they're not on these pages complaining and crying about I flew her out and she didn't this, she didn't that. We ain't tripping off of that because like that ain't my space. I don't roll with that. You get what I'm saying? Like, dude,
Mm-hmm.
like I can call your girl over tomorrow, like if I wanted to, if I wanted to be cocky about it. You get what I'm saying? It's just as simple as that. But you don't want to be a cockhound. Don't be in that space. Slow down, Tito. Slow down. Slow down. I'm just saying.
Okay, cool.
Well, Miss Banks said they're going to be expecting that treatment every time, so it ain't always got to be doing all that to
Now,
flirt.
now I disagree, and I'll tell you
Oh,
why.
there you go. That's what I was saying.
Because a feminine woman wants to be feel like a lady all the time. I know women who
Yeah.
are tired of acting like dudes.
Well, I'm gonna let Pumpkin, say give her comment, but for me, I'll say this, and I'm telling you, the women is thinking this right now. You're telling them what they need and what they want, and they're trying to tell you something totally different. But Pumpkin, go right ahead.
Okay, so he's saying that you're gonna do this, but if it's just like Miss Banks said, if you do it the first time and it doesn't happen the second time, I got a problem because it has to be consistent. And majority of the time, you guys are not consistent. So then you throw me off either way.
But
Mm.
see, again, see, when it's natural for you,
Alcohol, I'm gonna
this
go
isn't
out.
stressful for you. And this is why the 80% that women go after, they don't have these issues. They're not fussing and fighting because this is who they are. This is what they do on a consistent basis. And it's not a front because it's not hard for me. Like, this is easy work. Like, this is natural. This is first nature to treat a woman like a woman. And it's not hard. It's pretty easy, to be honest. If I'm just being honest, I know that might sound a little cocky. I know that might, but it's not hard to, but go out, hang out, chill, go to a nice restaurant. Like Jodi said earlier, compatibility. We chilling at the crib, sipping wine and just having a great old time. And you look up, 5 hours done pass, and we ain't even had no sex. We just communicated, talked, chilled out, talked about the dopest things we could possibly talk about. And then you're in those moments and you cool and you done blew her mind. Because not one moment have you really, really tripped about sex. Because if a man is truly into her body language, he knows she wants it already. Just kind of simple. Just read the body, read the language. It'll tell you everything.
So
So go
I
go
got
ahead, Jody.
so I remember one time, right? And for this segment, this was a long time ago, long time ago, right? I'm chilling with this little shawty, and you know what I'm saying? I'm my homeboy Chris, who in the comments, he gave me a restaurant recommendation. We go, we chilling, we having a great time, right? We done had dessert, we talking, vibing, communicate, right? And compatibility. So I'm like, cool. We get back to the crib, you know what I'm saying? I'm a smart enough man. Some of the stuff Benji said was absolutely on point. You know what I'm saying? I got, see, this is my black tie candle. This is what I play when I'm playing Call of Duty. I'm just chilling in the house. I got my man smelling candles, but you got to get that champagne toast, that cherry Merlot candle from Bath and Body Works. Them be what the women like. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with you on that one, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, we get to the house. You know what I'm saying? I didn't, and I mind you, I had already pre-cleaned up. You know what I'm saying? So everything on point. It's smelling like Hawaiian Febreze up in this joint.
Did you say Hawaiian Febreze?
Yeah, Hawaiian Febreze, whatever that smell is, right? House is on point, right? So I'm thinking I'm gonna light these candles and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I get back to the room. I'm like, hey, you want something to drink? I got regular water, vitamin water, Fiji water, Gatorade, Minute Maid, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because I had just got a food stamp card from somebody. You know what I'm saying? So the fridge was stocked up. You know, everything was kosher. Shawty looked me dead in the face. She was like, "You so cute. Pull that dick out." And I was like, first of all, you ain't finna just be talking to me like that, right? And she tugged at my pants. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold up, right? And she's like, what's the problem? You had on gray sweatpants. I thought that's what we was doing. I said, well, bitch, it ain't even all the way hard yet. You better kiss me first or something. But you know what I'm saying? I was like, well, I'll be down. I was like, well, I'll be down. And I think I was more turned on after that point. But I was just like, damn, not just, you know, you're doing a whole lot. Pull your dick out. I was like, well, what? You know, so after we do the do, you know what I'm saying? I said, well, what happened? She was like, you had one the pussy like 30 minutes into dinner. You know what I'm saying? You came to my house, you picked me up. You know what I'm saying? Your car was clean. You smelled nice. You took me to a decent restaurant. She was like, bro, at that point, you had all you require all, you fulfill all your requirements. You know what I'm saying? I wanted it. She was like, here's the thing. It was like, I was shut up,
Felicia. She must have been born after 1995.
Hey, listen. She at that point she was older than 25. That's all that mattered to me, right? So I was like, I fulfill all the requirements. She was like, look, depending on how the date went, was what I was gonna give you some. So what Pumpkin Spice said was right. Before they even hop in the car with you, they know, like, hey, if this brother play his cards right, he getting something tonight. So I had already fulfilled my obligations 30 minutes into the dinner. She said everything else was just extra. And she's like, I thought it was real cute that you was gonna light these candles. Like, well, if you don't turn on this Netflix and give me that dick, I'll stop playing with me. And I was like, well, damn, bitch, I ain't gotta waste the candle. I just gotta put the TV on in the background. Well, all right then. Whole time we was watching on Netflix. The fucking, what were we watching? Like the number Cobra Kai. That's what it was. That was the number one rated show at the time. Was goddamn Cobra Kai. But that's not the first time that's happened to me. I've had that happen to me at least 3-4 times. I had a bitch tell me, she's like, hey, look, you either hurry up and go home or I'm gonna put that dick out in the car. Well, wait, not
Hey,
another.
some women will do that. Don't act like women don't just want men for sex. If they feeling you, that happens.
Never said that. That is definitely absolutely
But
true.
see, Benji,
but
I gotta act, hey, even though I like it,
definitely
Benji, I gotta
is.
act like a little bit of a victim. You know what I'm saying? You gotta act like a little bit of a victim. You know, just a little bit. Not a lie, just a little bit. You know, I do this, but in my mind, I'm like, yes, she said that shit.
Feel like a victim for a little bit, huh?
Like a
You
little
ain't
bit.
even have to do the whole words. Like Benji talking about do this, do that, serenade. Like,
Well,
all
Hey,
this
listen,
extra.
But some
I'm
chicks
just,
you gotta do that
I,
shit to them. Some of them
I
you
was
really
raised by women,
Well,
so
hold
No,
on.
I'm saying the ones
I
that
do
he
it
deal
different.
with. The
Hold
ones that
on.
he would deal with.
Let me put this out there for the fellas. Fellas, there is no exact science. I'll just say
Right.
that because you can do all that stuff Benji mentioned and they not impressed because that's not who that individual woman is, right?
Right.
A lot of women like that treatment, but there are some women who could care less about it. And
Very
that's
true.
why, again, the conversations that you have before the date even occurs or the conversation that you have during the date is so strictly important
Very
that you
true.
to the details because you could do all this stuff and she might be telling you something during the date and you're mentioning, you know, eucalyptus mint and she's like, I'm allergic to that. And then
Right.
you're not listening to it, right? And then you get back to the spot and you got that bumping, and that's what the whole place smells like. And here she is about to have an asthma attack because she's allergic, right? But
You should, but that's true. And this is why we're on the communication aspect of it, because you got to communicate.
Yeah, that's why we
have to. But you shouldn't be one dimensional. My whole point is you shouldn't be one dimensional. You should be multifaceted, because if you're dealing with different type of women, you should know what they like and prefer and want.
Well, that's why it's important to have the conversations before you get to all the physical stuff. And
exactly.
For the guys, that's why that's important. It's not about her making you wait and things. If for me, I'm thinking that it would be advantageous for you to wait so you can learn her and you can learn all the things she likes, her nuances, you know what I'm saying, and the things that she doesn't like. So you can make sure that you don't do those things, you know what I'm saying? Because one small mistake during that time that you're together could kill the whole mood, and it could have been something that could have been avoided if you just would have paid attention when she was talking. So
very true. Very true.
Being an active listener. Being an active listener.
So I love it. I love it.
So before we get too far gone, we have another, piece we got to throw up. Y'all know we come with the graphics on here. Now this is kind of the meat, as we say, the meat of the show, and this is kind of where we stemmed everything from the intimacy. Excuse me, but a lot of times when people mention intimacy, everybody's mind strictly goes to sex, right? Goes straight to sex. But we found a piece of information that says there's 5 types of intimacy, right? So we just wanted to throw this up real quick. We got emotional, physical, experiential, spiritual, intellectual. And for you people who don't know what experiential means, that just means learning through experiences, learning while doing some stuff. So those are the different levels, the 5 types of intimacy. So it ain't just physical. We'll get to the physical last. I think we talked about physical enough for you to know what the physical is holding down. But you know what I'm saying? It's these other pieces that are so crucial to everything kind of coming together that I think it just gets lost in translation because everybody's so ready for the sex.
And and that's what I mean by earlier, like, don't be so cockhoundish. Like I gotta have it. Chill, slow down, Tito. Like, there's some levels to this. You get what I'm saying? But now this also speaks to the quality of woman you're dealing with.
Benji, you got to quit using those prehistoric terms, bro.
I mean, I'm old, man. I know I look young, but I'm old. Okay,
I think that's what's throwing them off. Hey, like
I'm old, man. Like, y'all don't know, I'm 44 years old, man. I'm old. I'm sorry.
Can we touch the piece of the pie that has the emotional aspect?
Yes, we can start. We can start with the emotional because I think a lot of guys, that's where we don't focus on the emotional piece,
right?
Well, I'll say this: I was always taught that women do things based on their emotions, and guys do things based on their ego, right? What boosts our ego, and women do things based on what makes them feel good. So if you notice, when you're talking to a lot of women, they're going to use a lot of words in their conversation that describe some type of emotion along with whatever they're doing. So that's why emotion is so key. So Pumpkin, talk to them, tell them about it, give them the game, that emotional aspect, the empathy, the respect, validation, the trust, the vulnerability. Talk about it.
Yeah, you see, but I just want to talk about it because I would have never put some of those words in that aspect when we talk about intimacy, because once the respect is gone, there is no communication. The trust is gone. The person don't want to be vulnerable. There is no relationship. It's done. So just if half some of that stuff missing out of that piece of the pie, it's already a wrap. So that's why I was like focused on. I'm like, So that's why when a person violates some of those areas, there is no relationship anymore. And that was I just looked at it and I was like, damn, this is deep. Thank you for this. I appreciate it.
So the emotional aspect of it, you can kill the entire relationship emotionally.
Yeah, because those are big bullet points in a relationship. Very big bullet points for both sides, I say.
All right,
we
Mia.
Look for those things.
Mm-hmm.
You look for those things. Mia, talk to us. The emotional aspect of it. Welcome the third lady from the Sassy but Classy podcast, Kimmy Woo.
Hey y'all.
Glad to have you on. Mia, talk to us a bit. That emotional part, are those bullet points, like, are those deal breakers? It's done, it's over?
What was the question again?
From the emotional standpoint on the intimacy part.
Well, I think emotional and intimacy is one in one. Like it comes together. You can't be intimate without the emotion.
Right.
So yeah.
I would agree. I would agree.
Okay, Kimmy.
Ooh, child. Okay, so you want to talk about the emotional part type of intimacy?
Yes.
Well, first of all, let me review these points. So we got empathy,
Go ahead.
respect, validation, communication, trust, and vulnerability. Child, please. That's all with a woman. What man do that? That's number one.
What man do that?
Yeah,
Okay.
what man do that? Because number
So,
one,
so does
majority
that
of them.
lower the bar emotionally, expectation wise? Like, forget that because ain't no man doing it anyway, or what's going on?
See, it depends because if you got a hood dude, he ain't finna do that. He probably wasn't raised with that. Now,
Right.
if you get one that does uh have these types of intimacy and the emotional portion, he gonna be too soft. So he ain't gonna want him either, and anybody gonna want him. But if you ain't got no empathy for me, what's wrong with you? First of all, because I am great.
She like, I'm great.
Respect. That's number one. That's self-explanatory. Validation. I don't need you to validate me, but if you want to validate a relationship, put a title on it. Okay, whatever. That's how I take that. Communication has to be, yes, we got to communicate, because what I look like talking to myself. Yes, I'm crazy, but no, we're not gonna go there. Like, we need to talk. If
Right.
there's a problem, that we need to handle it. Trust, of course. If I can't trust you, I ain't talking to you. I ain't gonna be bothered with you. Cause
Okay.
yeah, and vulnerability. Yeah, man, come on now. You gotta show me a little bit vulnerable. My goodness, I don't need
A
you
little
all
bit.
hard all the time and stuff. My goodness, show me a little teddy bear side. Let me rub your belly or something. Yeah, it's just like,
Let me
ooh,
rub your belly or something, huh?
yeah. I mean, I like these little types of intimacy. Ooh, child. Yes, definitely
Well,
spiritual.
well,
Mm-hmm.
fellas, y'all hear it straight from the ladies. You know what I'm saying? That the emotional part is big. So y'all can't keep discounting that and not paying attention to it. If she's
I
talking,
mean, but some brothers, she mentioned the hood dude. Some brothers be like, I ain't finna deal with all of that. Like, I'll
Yeah,
find me a girl
because
that's kind of like me.
yeah, ratchet with no morals, no values, no respect, no empathy, don't communicate, just go with the flow. Like, I can't go with the flow. I need to
Right.
know something. Like,
okay,
what you're doing, if plans change. That's where communication fall in at. But just
But
like,
you did also say that that guy who does that is viewed as soft. But
yes,
A simp. A simp.
how do you balance that off? Because I'm trying to be emotional with you without you want me to just knock your head off? Like, talk to
well,
me. Tell me
no,
something.
that's the thing of when you start to, well, I'm gonna speak for me. As I started to mature, later on back then, you move away from that stuff. You move
Right.
away from the ones that's too hard that don't show you anything.
Right.
You move away from the hood NIGGAs. You move away from them. You don't want to be bothered with that. So then you move on to the little softer side. But then it's just like, because what I'm used to. But you got to
Yeah.
be open minded to walk through that door. You got to give that person a chance. So it's just, it would all depend on like the woman and what she actually looking for. Like me, I want
I
no
would
hood
agree.
dude. I want a softie. That's fine.
Okay,
Look, we can be emotional
The
together.
pumpkin literally got her hand up like.
Right. Hold
Girl,
on.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Hold on. I want to
So
interject.
you know, I have a question. Hold on, let me go, Jodi, because I know I already know where you're going because I'm there. But Kim made mention about the hood dude, like, and one of the bullet points, respect is a big thing for them. So if they don't have that, I don't even think we're gonna be able to go there.
Facts. Because
That's
a
what they
hood dude,
live and breathe.
Who's getting
a
disrespected?
hood dude ain't finna put up with you doing all of that. It ain't gonna happen.
Go, Jodi. I
So-
already know what he about to say.
So I want to get to this point where you say you so used to hood dudes and you want a softie. Again, women always say they want something until they actually get it. Bruh, this is the reason why men are soft with women, because the first time you get, like, the first time she actually kind of hurt your feelings and you kind of come to her with the sad face and be like, babe, you hurt my feelings, she gonna be like, shut your bitch ass up. That's the first thing coming out her mouth.
Very
And women
true.
don't do that, but they do. They do. This is why dudes don't open up. This is why dudes ain't soft, because the first time that is like the biggest like thing for men. Like, we will probably talk to our homeboys before we talk to our chick, because at least my homeboy is just gonna clown me and be like, nigga, you be a soft, shut up. But like, ain't nothing worse than when you soft in front of your girl and she hits you. Well, shut your soft ass, bruh. That's
a whole nother level.
Your ego talking.
Very true.
That's not ego.
That's not ego. That's
because not every man.
I mean,
right?
if y'all vibing, okay. So let me. I'm not gonna take that back. Damn it. Okay. I'm not
wanting to take it back, but I just.
But what I'm gonna curse.
Every woman has hit a level of maturity that you young ladies have showed, because what breaks a lot of good men out of being emotional are immature women. Because when women want men to communicate until we start telling you what the hell wrong with your ass. All of a sudden,
but you gotta be able to take that constructive criticism.
But a lot of immature women can't take that constructive criticism, and that's where a lot of men get stuck at when we in our
Maybe
and they don't want to communicate in that aspect.
Maybe the delivery,
so that kills the intimacy.
It possibly
could be delivery. It possibly could be delivered. You know what I'm saying? It could be delivery, and it could be just the fact that the chick you dealing with just can't take any criticism. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of women that like, I'm never spoiled. No, you're not financially spoiled, but you spoiled on basically a nigga telling you no is just this thing. You always want it your way. You know what I'm saying? If it's not your way, then it's the highway. And when you realize that you're dealing with that, then you start dealing with a whole different level of like monster in a woman. You know what I'm saying? And that's when you get these things right here, like the emotional types of intimacy. There's a lot of people out there, a lot of men dealing with a lack of emotional intimacy from their woman. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of women out there that don't have empathy for their man. There's a lot of women that don't have respect for their man. There's a lot of women that pretty much tell their man, I like you, but you just ain't shit. You know, there's a lot of women out there that don't talk to their man. What's wrong with you? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of women out there that don't trust their man. And I say this all the time. How you checking a nigga phone and you fucking him raw? Make that make sense to me. Does that make sense?
You know, I heard your tone change. It just got real. Now keep going.
He just got that was real.
That's good.
Because
that's
I
good.
see it all the time. You sit there and talk about how you check your man laptop, but you just had a baby with him, so that means y'all had to be fucking raw. But okay, and it's like vulnerability. You know what I'm saying? You got women out there that have been in relationships with men and ain't cried in years. You know what I'm saying? You got some women that are crybabies. You got some women that won't shed a tear. So you know what I'm saying? You have on that emotional aspect, you got a lot of people, not just women but men, lacking that emotional intimacy. And again, like I said, you got a lot of people out here having babies and having situationships that you don't have none of these intimacy parts of this thing. And I'm looking at all of them, and there are a lot of good parts. Like, I want to talk about the intellectual, right?
Yes,
like,
let's go there.
I'm gonna go with creativity. First of all, I'm like I said, I ain't messing with no broke chick. I ain't messing with no dummy either. Baby, if you sit here and you tell me that 9/11 wasn't an inside job, I can't have no intimacy with you because you ain't got no creativity.
That is her opinion, man.
That's your opinion.
Opinion.
Well, that's part there too. Opinion. That's over there too. Opinions are there too. So I guess, you know.
But let's think about it like this: if we can't talk conspiracy theories, we ain't got nothing to talk about. You need to tell me the government just telling you the truth about everything and you believe that? Can't do it. You a spy.
I mean,
you a spy.
That's a very valid point. That's very valid point.
Hey, you work for the ops. You Siri, ain't you? You Alexa, huh? You work for the ops.
I mean, it's there. You know what I'm saying? You can't be dating somebody and she think the earth is flat and you don't. Y'all gonna,
It ain't gonna work.
Hey, listen,
Y'all
everybody ain't
fighting every day.
intellectual. So this is a hard one, y'all.
What's the third?
Because what some of us consider smart, you got to think there's somebody smarter.
well, but
And
here's the thing, though. I don't think it's necessarily that, but the intellectual piece is finding somebody who's intellectually compatible with you, right?
very true.
Yes.
Very true.
Because if you have somebody and you're constantly want to have these deep conversations about the government and all this other stuff, and she ain't interested in that, that's not gonna cut it. And eventually she gonna be like deuces because she ain't trying to hear all that constantly, right? She might like you as a person, but she ain't trying to deal with that. So again, you got to have those conversations to try to figure out like where do we click at? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because you might
Some people elevators don't go past 4.
Well, it just depends. That's right, but it also depends on sometimes your elevator don't go past 4, but you think it go to 10, but it really don't until you start
Very
talking
true.
to the right person. So you've been thinking your elevator go to 10 all this time. When you start having these conversations, maybe they think your elevator go to 4.
Well, who gonna tell her?
Some communication.
It's communication. That's what we talked about, being honest with people. You know what I'm saying? The honesty, that trust part in a relationship. Like you got to be able to tell them, like, I care about you enough to tell you, you know what I'm saying, the truth about whatever it is going on. Because let me tell you something. Sometimes something is holding your relationship back, and it could be something very small that because you don't share enough and you don't open up enough and you don't tell that person, you know, the most truthful things, that's what's blocking your relationship, right? Because a lot of times, I mean, we're afraid to be, you know, emotionally
Judged.
well.
As
We're
Jodi said earlier, talked about.
well, hold on. We're afraid to be naked in front of other people. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just, I'm not talking about the physical. I'm talking about emotionally. I'm talking about all aspects of just.
Well, y'all ain't must have heard Ella May song Naked. Because you should want to get naked after you hear that.
Well, I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? For a lot of people, like they not gonna share everything with you unless you
That's
that
very true.
Yeah.
Some people you can't trust with your emotions.
True.
Because they use it against you. And
Right.
men can talk about this. Men know this. Jodi kind of hit on it a little bit. You know, you want to share that, but then when you hear it in an argument, it's like, oh, I ain't never telling you nothing again.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So like that could be a hard spot. So Ken saying that aspect of being naked in front of people, not, you know, physically, but just from being open to that person. But sometimes you get that trying to communicate and finding out that this person can't communicate. It's communication is not their thing.
Not at
They
all.
might just have a physical aspect to them that you like, and that's it. You
And
can't
that's all you need to
communicate.
do.
There's not much on the intellectual level, and I mean, it's not going anywhere. So
are those the ones you use for sex and you keep it moving? Or you just cut it off at all? You just don't
lift
even
your
deal
hand.
with it? Okay.
Listen, we talked about this earlier on the show.
Okay.
That girl that you really, really, really digging, that is that whole pie chart right there.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't trying to, you trying to make that right.
Okay.
But the other ones that you know you can't, she's a 2 out of 5. You know what I'm saying?
A 2.
Like you ain't really trying to hold on to that.
Okay.
It's just there for, you know, that space. And that's all it is.
Entertainment
And that's
purposes.
just being honest about it.
I mean, it's just
Entertainment
certain
purposes.
when we holding hands after a good dinner, we done went to Cold Stone and got a nice little ice cream, and we holding hands and we walking back to the car. We go to the little park and we sitting there and we sit on that bench, and I put my arm around you and I look up and I'm like, yo, you really think we landed on the moon way up there? And you
That's
was
right.
like,
They go to Small Dipper and the Big Dipper, and guess what? The third planet from the sun is the Earth.
Yeah. I mean,
I appreciate
that's all right.
You really think we landed on the moon though? Check this out. The moon is like a couple 100,000 miles away. How we got on that mug and got back in 1970? And if we can't have a conversation about that, then for me, it's all right. No, you believe anything they say. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying?
See, mine is different. If you know, I'm a cook. I'm this. I'm all of these things. So she's got to bring some of the things that I consider similar to the
Hey,
table. So
We gonna cook. We gonna make drinks. We're gonna have a great time.
we're gonna make love. We're gonna make
gonna
some
be- we gonna be
make some money.
saucy.
We're gonna make some. Listen, this is multifaceted over here. We're gonna invest in Shaq jerseys and we're gonna sell them. We're gonna do all types of stuff. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Hey, Benji, I got a question. What if you really feeling the chick, right? And she comes to the house and she walked through the door and she said, "Babe, I brought some wine," and she got some Stella Rose in her hand.
I would feel offended. You just offended me. You know how I feel about Stella Rosa, the fruit punch.
I
Don't you bring
know
no
it.
Stella Rosa to my house. First of all, it's
That's
an
gonna give me
insult.
headaches.
You knowing I got a wine business and you're gonna bring some Stella Rosa to my house, you might not even get through the door.
Damn. What if she
You won't even
say
know. It'll
Hennessy?
be in my
What if she
purse.
say Hennessy the best thing ever?
Hennessy the best thing ever? Listen, there's some things I can do with Hennessy. But just because it costs a lot don't mean it's good. So, I mean, you know, I'm a mixologist, so I can make some drinks out of it. But don't you dare bring no Stella Rosa to my house. Listen, don't bring and see.
Stella Rosa.
Hey,
Don't bring no Stella Rosa to my house. You better go online and invest in my stuff.
hey, those thoughts are strictly Benji's thoughts. Stella Rosa, if you're out there and you want to send us
Send me a sample, Stella Rosa.
and
Hey,
you want
Stella
to
Rosa, I'm sorry. We're not trying to turn down a branding deal, but I'm just saying.
Hennessy tastes like cooking oil.
I don't even know you, Eric Mitchell, but you, my guy.
Who said that? Oh,
Hennessy is one of the most overrated drinks out there. I know we're not talking about alcohol right now, and I mean as a whole, but Hennessy is one of the most overrated drinks. I'm not a big drinker, but when I had a sip of that, I'm like, okay, this is grand opening, grand closing, because I don't need to smoke. I can pass because that experience wasn't the best and it was terrible. But either way, yeah.
I got a question though, ladies. This is for the ladies. When was the
Yes,
last time you invested in your man, the guy you courting, whatever? When was the last time you invested in his mental health?
Yesterday at 2:00.
Go on and lift your hands, girl. Come on.
last Saturday.
Last Saturday, lift your
Booked a
hands.
session. Actually booked a session.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
That's important because we're talking about the emotional side of these women. You get what I'm saying? Listen, y'all got to invest in these brothers' minds. I know y'all seen the clip that went viral today with old boy and his mom and all of that type of stuff.
Yeah, scrappy.
You got to invest in these brothers' mental health. Some of us come from some terrible situations. So yeah, shout out to the ladies that's investing in their men's mental health because that's critical.
I want to ask
Yeah, because
y'all.
it makes it healthy.
Don't
for
let
you,
your man sit there and become stone and die right in front of you. I think that's terrible. That your dude is literally dying right in front of you, but you're saying you care for him. That to me is next level.
Let's talk about that the next show.
Yeah, because that's a deep topic. So
Yes.
I don't want to get into that too much, but I wanted to bring up the experiential piece of it because that's kind of where we're going now, where the experiences in the relationship develop another level of intimacy. Now, let's not confuse what we're talking about on this level of intimacy with trauma bonds. That's a different thing, right? You've been through some things, some terrible experiences, and a lot of times people mistake that as a good intimacy because you've experienced something traumatic together, so you stuck together because of that traumatic experience, when that should not be your bond. That is the definition of toxic.
Right.
So yeah, there's too many people out there glorifying toxicity. You know what I'm saying?
Toxicity.
Yeah, toxic relationships and, things that people are doing that are toxic behavior. You know what I'm saying? We overusing that word as a whole anyway. We calling everything toxic, but, I ain't gonna give no examples, but we got plenty of examples on social media of couples that on our timeline every day and in front of people, and some of them got a face blue. You know what I'm saying? So
You got missing teeth.
yeah, so those people, and it's terrible to watch it, but people, it's like watching a train wreck. They just sit there and they pay attention to it and they glorify it, but they're going through some terrible experiences together, but that's what's bonding them. And you want to go the opposite direction and try to find some things that, what I'm saying, you can get into that you have in common, but that can, what I'm saying, develop that intimacy, because again, we building on those blocks to get to the physical piece. But if you put these pieces in place when you get to the physical part, then you'll be, more compatible, and you'll make sure that all the things happen to get to that point.
Yeah,
I agree.
that is true.
Can't throw that chart up there again for so we can see that experiential piece again. Let's see.
Yeah.
I think everybody got that piece, but let's look at that. So we're talking about shared experiences, trying new things, routines, consistency.
That was mentioned earlier. Routines,
adventures, and spontaneity.
Consistency was mentioned multiple times tonight. And again, I think Pumpkin said that, what I'm saying, that consistency is important, because whatever you start out doing at the beginning of the relationship, that precedence that you set, like, she's going to expect that to continue. So fellas, if you don't know this woman's love language by listening to her, and love languages are key as well. If you know that she is a person who likes her love language is getting gifts, receiving gifts, then if you're not into that and you don't have the bread for that, you might want to cut that bait now and find you another woman, because she ain't for you.
Or allow her love language to make you better.
No.
You don't agree?
That's one love language that is gonna be detrimental to you, because if you don't have the resources to continue to provide gifts for this lady, and I'm not talking about basic gifts and stuff. I'm talking about, we have women out there
and all of that type of stuff, right?
Expensive stuff. And if you start out doing that and you don't have the resources to continue that, that's going to be detrimental. There's no way that can go anywhere else unless you win the lottery and become a millionaire or something. Or in that, like, it's not going to change. Like you said,
somebody won the lottery today, the 1.9 billion in California in Altadena. So somebody finna take their woman out, or finna let her go.
Somebody else won that number, and they didn't like the person who won it. And they went around and flipped them numbers and gave it to somebody who wanted to win that money. But next point, there has never been no delays in the time of history of that doggone lotto until what was it, today?
And there's your 101 on conspiracy theory.
Come on, man, that's crazy.
I turned my Google off, so we good.
Okay, so this experiential stuff, this spontaneity. How many ladies, what do you consider spontaneous?
Oh, me, I am a person who like to try new things. I'm very adventurous. Like that bullet, all that is me right there. And if you can't come and at least try a couple of things, then I don't know what to say for you.
Mia, talk to us. What's on that list? What's going on? That's spontaneous at the top of your list. What's going on? What's it look like?
Let me go look at it. Hold on.
For sure.
I like to travel. That's my thing.
I mean,
travel. Okay.
Yes. I like
Kimmy
I like a good roller coaster. I mean, if you want to run down the hallway butt naked in the hotel, we can do that. We might get in trouble. Got to run fast though.
You gotta run fast though.
But
I mean, y'all heard it, fellas. You gotta be willing sometimes to run. The fourth floor of the balcony, run bucket naked. And,
we can zip line with thongs on. It's wonderful. Something.
So excitement is, will we put all of that together? Excitement, spontaneity.
Y'all gotta live a little.
Live a little.
Zip line in the rainforest.
I zip line, but I ain't putting no thong on.
I got a question.
Did you
listen? I ain't doing no thong. Ain't nothing creeping up my booty cheeks like that.
All right,
no. And I don't care what they say about a man's G spot being in. No.
I mean, I got plenty.
I don't even know why y'all got a spot there. Why is it there? It should have been somewhere else.
Is God playing a joke?
The devil is a lie.
And God said, I got your
The
monkey
devil is
ass
a full-fledged lie. Don't touch my ass. I'm just saying. Just leave
Oh
that
my
out.
goodness.
No.
I just always think about every time, when anyone says anything about, a man's G spot is and there's a but I always just think about, the doctor that got shot because he was playing with the man.
You're horrible
I
for
mean,
that one.
yeah,
Listen,
he was
some
but he
things are
was
just off
checking.
limits. Okay, I
Yeah, he
know
was
y'all like to
checking.
be freaky deaky and wild and do all. No, no,
Yeah,
off
he was
limits.
checking.
Yes,
Yeah.
That's one
yes.
thing
I
I
mean,
understand.
we may get to the point to where we skinny dip and run down the hall
Yeah,
bucky
that's
naked. You know
wonderful.
what I'm saying? At
Yes.
4 miles
But
per hour. Okay, I
yeah, for
understand,
the
but
for the
no.
Can
most
you put
part,
up
I
that
like a good
comment
roller coaster and
with Niecy?
restaurants, travel, see the world. Don't just be in a box.
Okay,
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, I think
I
those
can
are
dig
grown.
that.
Those are adult things, right? When you get to a
Mhm.
certain point in
Right.
life, if you're in your 20s, you're not really expecting, somebody to come with, enough resources to be able to travel and do a lot of things, the average 20-year-old. But by the time you're 30, late 30s, you should be able to afford to be able to kind of move around and do some nice things together. So, fellas, we keep telling you, I'm not going to tell you you don't deserve love and life and experiences with women if you don't have money. But if you don't have resources, brother, you're lacking. And then if you're lacking, you
Hmm.
need to be focused on attaining those resources and less on trying to chase these women. You know what I'm saying? Because if you get your resources together and all your information is right and your game is right, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about trying to chase them because they'll come to you.
They'll come to you. Yeah, you mean they want the 80 percentile, bro. I'm just trying to tell you that's just facts.
Okay, so with the experiences, we got. I think we got a pretty good sense of that. So we only two we got left. We got spiritual and we got physical. So we're gonna go spiritual. So for most people, right, this is a deal breaker. I will say that.
Okay.
For the
Because
average,
we had same beliefs on the other chart.
well,
So where does this come in at?
Well, I think the beliefs is not necessarily the spiritual, right? The beliefs
Okay.
is just something I purely believe in. Like if you believe in aliens, that doesn't have anything to do with spiritual. That's just what you believe, right? And
Right.
there's people out there who believe in aliens and who'll go to war about it. So I understand that, but that's to me that doesn't fall into the category, and that's what people misunderstand when they talk about religion and they talk about a belief. It's kind of a different deal.
Right.
With the spiritual, we're talking about prayer, faith, higher power, values, moral, and ethics. That's what falls into that category. So, how important are the spiritual aspect to you, ladies?
Oh, I ain't finna be dealing with no atheists. Anybody got time for that?
Right.
Okay, so but he can be another religion, but just not. He got to believe in some higher power, correct?
Yeah, he can be in a different religion. That's on him because that's gonna be
Right.
between him and God. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Okay, but I got a question. I
But
got one.
his
Hold
Go
on,
ahead,
hold.
Ken, because I think I know where you're going.
I got one question. So, say this relationship progresses until you all become a couple,
I
and
am not converting.
I'm just saying, I'm not saying converting. I'm just saying you all have a child.
Hmm.
How is that child going to be raised, and what belief is that child going to have?
That's a good question.
Hmm.
Because I carry him or her, me until they old enough to make their own decision.
Okay.
That's that.
Okay, but then this comes into play also.
Yeah.
What if his beliefs or his spirituality is, let's say, Muslim, and you guys can't kiss,
I
have
knew you
sex,
was
do
gonna
any
say
of
that.
that
Hmm.
until you are officially married?
Hmm.
How does that work?
I mean,
It's a no. It's a
So, because your beliefs may be, I got to try the package out before we even get to this point. His
true.
may be, you know what, we can't even do this until so and so.
And then when I get it, if it's trash, I'm dumping you because you deceive me.
Hey, she said, if he a Muslim, I'm dumping your ass and eating some bacon on the way out the house.
Right.
She gonna make some bacon. Pumpkin, talk
Hey,
to
she gonna
us,
make bacon
because
and
we
pork
know
chops.
we know we know how it gets sometimes. But talk to us.
Okay, but I'm gonna comment real quick on the Muslim thing. Well, with the Muslim, they're not gonna, go in a relationship with someone out of their religion, anyways, unless they try to convert
Okay,
you and convince you to go there. So that wouldn't even be a conversation at all because we wouldn't even be talking to them, right?
right.
Because
Well,
we
Nope.
got to be at the same
gotta,
level.
Hold on. But that's not always true because
Very true. Because I know a Muslim brother that ain't married to a Muslim woman right now to this
yeah.
day.
I met a young lady in high school. She was a Muslim. She wasn't black Muslim. Like she was from Sudan. So like I understood their whole culture, her parents, and everything, and so on and so forth. But there did come a point where they were like, "You got to make a decision. You got to
Oh,
convert or roll out." And I
Man, that
chose
was recruitment.
I chose to roll out. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't about to switch it up on them like that. So you know what I'm saying? There are situations like that, but there come a point to me, and with the way I believe, like if you're not the same, on the same page spiritually, or even the same religion, that's gonna be pretty hard, and you're gonna meet some points to where you all are gonna have it's a fork in the road.
That's
So
very true.
it's gonna be tough.
yeah. And then you guys talking about religion, but also here we have prayer. A lot of people, that's like what helps them get through their day to day and their
Right.
lives. So if you're not a person who's into that, that definitely is going to be a real big problem. And then when we talk about values, morals, and ethics, if a person doesn't have that to begin with, no one will even be associated with them because at the end of the day, that determines how you're going to make your decisions and everything in that circle.
Very true. Very true.
So that's a big piece there. So I think if the inner world, not really, but the praying, the faith, higher power values, more ethics, meditation. A lot of us are still working on that part, but those are the big things. I think that's a big factor.
I would
You have to
agree.
be connected in a different realm as well.
And these are all part of intimacy. Praying with your woman,
Hmm.
praying with your lady, praying with your mate, praying with your girl, whatever you want to call it. Men leading the prayer, women leading the prayer, however you guys roll with it. Again, these are all intimate things. If your girl is super religious, you got to understand this is what she wants. This is what she requires.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eric Mitchell says he doesn't believe in church. He believes in a higher power, but not church. And I mean, that's a lot of people out there.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
lot.
Okay. That's cool.
So, but the question is, though, is if he meets a girl that he actually likes and she's a church girl, because we've had instances like this too. Homeboy meets a girl, he don't know that she a off the top church girl because she hanging out, you know, with her girls, and she ain't at church. You didn't meet her at church, but she's a church girl, and you really like her. How do you work with that, my man? Because do you just let her go because she loves church, or do you see? There you
But
go.
it's
He's with a
but
church
it's
woman. He
fine.
doesn't believe
Yeah,
in
but
church,
it's
but he's
fine
with a
because
church
now
woman. There you
church
go.
church is
You can go
virtual
to
now,
church.
so you can stay home and be in church. So
Yeah,
he ain't got to go to the building for him to
baby,
do
we
what
Right.
he
got
needs
two.
to do.
We got two TVs in this little room. I can play card. You can go to church. We can sit here.
Yeah.
See, I play card. You go to church. We respect each other. I'm validating your church. You know what I'm saying? You trust that I'm gonna be there for the service. You know what I'm saying? We spending quality time together. You hitting all these love languages right there. You know what I'm saying? All these trust and intimacy things right all in one setting because
Right.
you got two
I
TVs.
agree.
Yeah.
I think one of my biggest ones in the spiritual one is values. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to have some of the same values. Because, like me personally, some people don't value money. Like some people don't value time. Some people don't value like resources. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like I'm the type of person that money talks. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how you try to kick it, twist it, pull it, spin it. Money talks. You know what I'm saying? Money makes things easier. Not
Right.
having to make shit harder. And I'm not the type of person that's gonna do everything for money, but I want somebody that's gonna go to work with me. I want to take a trip and I want a nice trip. So I'm gonna sacrifice some quality time so we can work some overtime so we can go on this trip. If that's not something that you're willing to do, you just like, oh, I want to fly everywhere, coach. Like, I'm bougie. I want to fly first class every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? I want to get on the plane with my luggage first and look at all the poor people like, oh, don't touch me, you poor ass. Like, I that one time in my life, bro. One time in my life, I want to look at people like they so poor. Whole time I worked 17 weekends in a row to afford these seats, but you don't know that. Today I'm an NFL player. All right, mind your business. Don't worry about who I can play.
The boy said he's an NFL player today. Like, we got to make this happen.
I'm a rapper I'm a TikTok rapper. Mind your business.
Spirituality also, that's key, because that does include a lot of time. Because, you know, you're praying, your values are being invested. So there's some communication there, right? There's a lot of things that you can put in from that spiritual aspect that just kind of reach a whole bunch of levels with whoever your mate is. And my man earlier said his girl doesn't force him to go to church. So, like, to me, that's dope. I mean, so you can have a difference of opinions, but still actually dig each other, vibe with each other. You get what I'm saying? He's not anti, you know what I mean? I ain't never going, but you know what I'm saying? I think that's dope.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's cool.
I'm gonna go to church now. He's some sundresses.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna go to church. I'm a church boy, so I'm going.
You what?
I'm going. I was there Sunday and heard a good word. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jodi going for all the wrong reasons.
I'm going. It's some sundresses in the church.
Bye,
Sister,
Jodi.
I need you to put some hands on your boy.
He see you. Yeah. He see you. He see everything. He see you. You better watch out now, Jodi.
Mm-hmm. He gonna
hey,
give you
know what?
If
God gonna send me a church woman with that fit my send up.
I'm telling you, man. Like, when you've been out, you know what I'm saying? You've been in the dating market and you meet somebody, you know what I'm saying? That's a bit of a church girl. Sometimes their brains are a little bit together more than some of these other chicks out in the streets. And that might be a little bit more attractive to you than all of the other stuff out there.
If she start believing in conspiracy theories, y'all gonna see me start posting Bible verses on this mud. Then you know what happened.
Yep, she took his soul.
Wow.
In more than one way. You know what they say about them church girls. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
brought me to the Lord.
The Lord. The Lord. Your boy a mess.
All right. So the spiritual, we got that. That's the next level. But see, let's get to the final level, right? The final level. So the physical aspect of it. So if you do all these things that we talked about before, we bring it back to all the craziness we were talking about at the very beginning of the episode, which is the physical stuff, right? So it's a climax, pun intended. You know what I'm
climax,
saying?
Yes.
It's the end. It's the end. So with that being said, the physical stuff should be the climax. It should be the last thing. It shouldn't be the first thing. It should be the last, in order for you to really, truly enjoy it and everything to happen the way it's supposed to. It should be the last thing, right? So with the physical piece, it has on here cuddling, hand holding. This is just examples. Nurturing touch, sensual, foreplay. Let me say that again, fellas. Foreplay. Run it.
Eat your tacos, man.
Run it for 4 plays. It ain't even, sometimes it ain't even about eating a taco though.
Okay, right. Very true. I had a female respond on this post, and her first response was, in intimacy is foreplay, because that's her thing, right? That's her thing. It's wider than that, but that's her thing. So, like, I was like, that's interesting. I didn't consider that off the top of my head. But again, we're dealing with the physical, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, there are a lot of things that you can do. Like, fellas, when she asks you for a massage, actually give her a massage, right? Don't do anything else but give her the massage.
Jodi, just give her the massage, man.
Allow her to enjoy those moments. And you will understand that as she's getting that massage, again, it's starting up here and it's working its way down. Yeah. And she's getting that massage. Don't go in because you felt like, okay, I'm at the lower back, I might as well just go ahead and hit the butt cheeks. just keep giving her. If she asks you to
I
massage,
mean, you can tap the booty, brother. You can.
well, I'm just saying, with mature women, you know what I'm saying? If they gave you instructions, follow
Tap
the
my
instructions,
ass.
fellas. Follow the instructions.
What'd you say, Kimmy? Smack the ass. Smack the ass.
You
Tap
can get
this ass.
you can get to it, but it's certain women. I'm telling you, if she asks you to massage her back, right? You can get to the other stuff, like you said earlier. Don't be a cockhound. Don't be in a hurry, right? Massage her back. Don't do it for 2 minutes. Do it for 10. Make
Yeah,
sure
hook
she
her
might
up.
she might fall asleep at sometimes, but you know what? Maybe she needed that, and you never know. She falls asleep, and you turn into the big spoon, and you spoon her, and then the next thing you know, you wake up and you got action, Jack. You know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
you 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm just saying, two
Yeah.
o'clock in the morning, and it's already lathered for you, brother, and it done marinated for a little while. So you already. I mean, I'm just saying,
Lathered in saucy.
Some of that stuff works itself out. You know what I'm saying?
it'll work itself out. Mia, you agree? Does it work itself out when you just, you know,
Yes.
take it slow? What happens? What's going on?
Yes.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Don't
Yeah,
rush. Take
Pumpkin,
your time.
take your time. Pumpkin, you prefer the guy to take his time, or what's going on?
Absolutely. Let's just build up to that.
Okay. All right, Kimmy Woo. Yeah, I mean,
Usher said it the
you said for
best.
him to kiss the
Usher
booty
said
and
it the
smack the
best.
booty. Is it okay if he take his time?
What?
Or
Take
is it the
your
hood
time.
dude? You got to
Listen,
just have
take
it right then and there.
no. Oh no. You can take your time. This is a lot of chocolate to get through. You need to take your time. Okay.
She like, this is a
Yes.
lot of chocolate.
Well, like again, I got a lot of OGs that brought me up. So, shout out to them. And they gave me a lot of great information. And they told me a woman is like a car, right? You don't just get in the car and drive it. You got to let it warm up a little bit. And when you warm it up a little bit, that car drives a whole lot better than it did if you just hopped in it and hit the gas, right? So you got to warm that car up a little bit. Let that oil get to circulating in that engine. And then when you push that gas, you know what I'm saying? It's going somewhere, Jack. You know what I'm saying? It's
It's
going
going
somewhere.
somewhere.
Who say
I
it's
need
going
a
somewhere?
green light.
You
Ooh,
Give
ooh,
me the
ooh.
green light.
Yes.
What if it's a cold day?
know,
You
Give
go
me just
gas,
one
You're
hit
funny.
the
night.
gas a little bit. That's where
no,
the booty rub comes in at. Don't take away my pride and joy. Because you knew soon as you agreed to this massage, I was grabbing ass. I'm talking about
but I'm telling you, I'm
you
telling you.
knew this.
But
You
Jody,
knew that. And then I'm
Jody,
like, hey, I
hold
gotta do
on,
your front.
hold on, Jody. Trust me. You can ruin a great moment by doing that at the wrong time. That's
I
what
I
mean,
agree.
she
I
like.
think
won't. She
that's childish. I think if and it is sorry. If it depends on the situation too. Like, um, especially if she's just not in that mood yet, like give her time. Like, don't
right.
go straight to to the ass and be like, oh yeah, let me just go rub her ass when I ask you to rub my feet or to rub my back. You know what I'm saying? I think that's childish for a man to just go straight to the butt. Like, I don't
I
know.
mean,
That's
I
just
would
me.
agree, and this is what I mean about taking your time, not being so anxious. You get what I'm saying? But I do also understand that in a lot of cases, women want this off the top from you
That's if
anyway.
that what want what.
Some women just want sex from you right off the top. Punkin would agree, right? Am I wrong, Punkin?
Yeah,
Some
there are
women
some
just want
people that's
sex
what
from
they,
you. That's it.
yeah, they just
That
need the
that
dust knocked
again,
off
that
real
goes to
quick.
what I said initially when I said it depends on the situation. Now,
Right.
if I'm in the mood to where like I really need you to rub my back, I don't want you to go straight to my ass, like I said. So I don't know.
No, I
I
agree.
I think what you're talking about though, Benji, is just straight sex. But for
Right.
me, even though it's quote unquote intimate, it's not really any level of intimacy there. If that's all she wants or that's all the guy wants is just to smash, right? It's
Agree.
just it just is what it is. And sometimes you make magic. Sometimes you might meet people and you're compatible sexually and you can develop things from there. But there are a lot of cases where the sexual clouds the whole judgment of the whole situation, and you start allowing people to do things to you and manipulate you just because they're good in the bed, but they're toxic everywhere else, right?
Facts.
So it's the gift and the curse, right? If you go there too early you're gonna cloud your judgment based on everything else, or if you just, you know, take your time and let things occur the way they should, and as we say, naturally, then the bond that you have and the intimacy that you have will be on a whole nother level, a level that you couldn't achieve any other
Right.
way.
There are instances where you could literally be with a woman for 6 months to a year and have not had any sexual intercourse with her at all. But y'all vibe on a totally different level that exceeds your expectations and hers. And I know it's possible. I've been there before. So I know how it's very, very, very possible. So
Talking about a sapiosexual.
very much so. Some people are sex isn't their go-to. And then but also some people know themselves. They know once they go there sexually, they can go spin out of control.
Right.
Like especially if you know what I'm saying, if you doing that thing right, you get what I'm saying? You might turn the girl, you might turn her all the way out. And I'm just saying it's very, very, very possible.
Well, and see, you know what? Let me mention something there too. Fellas and women alike, we get to those points in relationships where in any type of connection that you go to the sexual point and it's early, right? And you have bomb sex, but you don't really like that person like that, right? So
Right.
you have all this great sex, and then you get to know the person afterward, and the person ain't who you want them to be. So you try to dip, and then the person, they loving you more than you loving them, and then you create what they call a stalker or somebody crazy. And then you say that person was crazy. You made them crazy because
Yeah, you can't be giving folks the guap 3,000, you know what I'm saying, and doing the most, you get what I'm saying, and then dip. I mean,
yeah,
No,
some
people
people ain't
really
never had it the way you about to
their
put it
emotions,
down on them, or you put it down on them,
whether or not
and
this.
you can turn them completely out.
I don't agree. I think we are all adults. I think people need to be to carry themselves a little more, what I call it, maturely, like being mature.
Hmm.
Um so I feel like regardless if it's the sex can be on 10,000, but if it's to a point where I see that it's not gonna benefit me other than sex, then yeah, I'm gonna dip. And we both have to be, you know, more mature enough to say like, all right, well, we're gonna end it. Like I don't think I have to disagree with that.
well, what I'm
But,
saying
but
is,
you also mentioned earlier that men can't handle certain things.
Absolutely.
And
what I'm
so, what if he's a novice in this? You're a little bit more experienced. You put it on him, and then he has an issue with you trying to dip because he isn't as experienced, but you laid it down on him 2 or 3 times.
But see, that's why I don't have sex with people, so I'm okay.
Okay,
So
well, see, there you go.
that's not gonna happen to me in my personal life. You know what I'm saying? But has it happened before? Yes, absolutely.
Right.
You
and I'm
just have to know how to, you know, move around and be like, look, like this is not what I want. Like you have
and
to bad back.
and for me, I wasn't saying that was obvious across the board. I'm just saying I'm speaking in terms of trying to eliminate the issues. You know what I'm saying? Like if you move a certain way, you have a greater chance of running into these issues versus if you're moving and you're pacing yourself versus just jumping right into it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's different. You're gonna have issues. You're gonna have people that you meet and that you connect with on a certain level. And when it's time to go, they ain't ready to go. Because we all experienced that, right? We all been on a date before or been at somebody's house before, and they, yeah, I'm ready to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? And that's the signal for you time to go, but you ain't ready to go. You know what I'm saying? And it's that same type of situation. Like we all been in situations where we ain't ready to leave, but the other person might be on some whole nother energy. So, but hey,
Yeah,
look,
you got to be careful.
we got in the comments. Miss Hughes said it's called lust, and that's exactly what it is.
I got I
Facts.
got I got a comment, right? But like I get what Mia's saying, right? I truly do. But like if as all adults, right? We as a group are not finna sit up here and say we ain't did some off the wall shit for some bomb ass sex. And then we didn't even realize was the sex. It's like we think we really love this person. We are in deep lust and we are about to do some off the wall shit, or we have done some off the wall shit. And then we didn't realize it till we finally snapped out of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you finally got away from that situation, you realize like, damn, I ain't really like that person. They really just had that good. Because it's like we've all done it.
Well, you
had
can
it
speak
done
for
to us.
yourself. You can't speak for me. I've never done anything based off of good sex. Now, I done did some crazy shit based off of motherfucker trying me emotionally, not off
Right.
no sex.
Right.
Because I know what I come in with like what I bring to the table. So I just feel like a nigga ain't finna outdo me when it comes to sex. That's just my opinion. But now, if we want to talk about
My
emotional stuff,
girlfriend going in competitive.
yeah, like if we want to talk about emotions, I done did some crazy ass shit because the bitch had me fucked up emotionally, not off
Right.
no sex.
What they do?
When
What
I
they
look
do?
at sex,
Yeah,
it's just a
hold
feeling
on.
for the moment.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
yeah, you can't say that. Well, what did they do
So what
that
did
had
she
you
do?
so tried? Is what I want to know.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm not getting to all of that, but it's been
she like shut that down. Shut
yeah.
that down.
You gotta listen. You gotta listen to the episode. She'll tell you if you listen to the episodes on our podcast. She dropped a little
Okay.
bit of it.
That case still
Don't
got
be
to
telling people my
talk
business,
about
Funky. Now
that.
be quiet.
I mean, if you put it on the podcast, it's for everybody business now.
But y'all wouldn't have known it was there unless until she said something. So that's what I'm talking about.
Well,
Okay.
now we can go dig for gold. We can go. Y'all go to Sassy but Classy podcast and go through all the episodes until you find those gold.
Yes.
There's
Go,
gold
go,
there.
go run the
Don't do
views
it.
up. Tell your partners, tell them, go run the views up. Go look for that
Go
episode and
find
you'll
that
have your
gold.
answer.
Yeah, I done did some things, that I'm not proud of, but it is what it is. But it has never been about the sex. It's always been about like the emotional part of it, because you're not finna play with me emotionally.
Okay.
Okay, but we got a comment that's dope. This said, "Nah, if I'm crazy about you, it ain't about no sex. You was consistent and spontaneous. Now we both surprised."
Mm,
Okay.
Exactly.
that's right.
That consistency keeps popping up. So, fellas, the consistency is key.
I mean, being consistent can be pretty easy for some of us. It's not hard. Not hard. Not hard at all.
That's a fact. So, with
My one question:
go ahead, Miss Kimmy.
do you want to do it?
Do you want to do what?
Be consistent. You said consistency is not hard, but the
No, it's not.
question: do you want to do it?
You
For
have
the
to.
right woman,
Okay,
yes.
for the right one. Okay.
For the right woman, because you can give a crazy broad all of these things we're talking about, and they ain't changing her. It's just gonna make her more off the cuff, not your type. She's gonna continue to do the things that you aren't impressed or cool with. But for the right chick, yeah, you don't mind doing it. It comes naturally. It should flow naturally. You shouldn't have to force certain things. You know what I mean? When
Mm-hmm.
you're learning people, sometimes you get caught in that space where you're trying to learn them. But for the most part, I think you'll talk to any dude who um, is consistent, shows all of those particular intimacy points. I would say you probably more than likely that guy doesn't mind doing that for his girl. It's just he likes to see her happy. He likes to see her smiling. He knows what it does to her when he does this, when he brings flowers or runs the bath water or makes sure the cars are washed.
Yeah.
Whatever comes is in that space.
Mm-hmm.
He don't mind it because he likes seeing his girl happy. He don't want to see her sad. No man wants to see a flower die if he likes flowers. I'm just saying.
You just sound like you ran game.
Yeah, he need to
I
put that on.
mean,
Put that on.
no, that ain't game. That's just what my mama taught
The
me.
man want to see a flower die.
Yeah,
Put that on.
Come on now. Wait, look. Say it one more time, but slow it
no
down a
man
little
wants to
bit.
see a flower die if he likes flowers. I'm
Now
just saying.
add some. Now add the deepness in there.
No man wants to see a flower
Wow! See, all the
if he
panties
likes
dropped. I done
flower.
say, oh my goodness, I done heard them. They all dropped.
Now let me say it in my
That's the
Cat
sound of
Williams
all
voice.
the
No
panties dropping.
man wants to see a flower die
Now
if
you
he
run
likes flowers. I'm just saying.
now you're running it into the ground.
Hey, Benji, listen, I be wanting to be that brother that be like that. I be like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, babe, let me go clean your car. And again, it goes back to the same thing as spending quality time. I didn't clean your car because I liked you and I wanted to clean your car. I'm tired of seeing these damn fruit snacks on this floor. So I took that bitch to the car
I'm
wash and
done.
detail it. I can't stand seeing the dust on the freaking counter thing. I hate dirty cup holders. I don't like the fact that your car doesn't smell good. Yo, get this crap up off the floor back here. Organize this trunk. Let's air up these tires because I don't want to see no lights on your dashboard. Like nothing. The whole time you
I agree.
a
And that's
good
where
dude.
when you talk about the
I just can't
consistency
stand riding
part,
around there
that's easy for some of us. Because
and do it.
you don't want to ride in that. When you come pick me up, I don't want your car dirty. So I'm gonna make sure it's clean if I have to. It's simple
Or
as
be like,
that.
oh my God, every time I'm with Jodi, he drive. Cause I don't want to be in your car. Cause my shit clean. I be being a good dude, and it don't even be by like on purpose. It be on some default stuff. Like my OCD be really putting me in a position where I be like, hey, hey. When was the last time you had your what was I said, hey, when was the last time you had your AC clean? I got you, I clean that.
Well,
She's like, oh my God, he's such a good dude. No, you just need to clean that because
some
it's
of
killing
us
me.
some of us would have to drive our own vehicles at all time because if you're somebody like me, I might not be able to fit in her car. So I might
Oh my
drive
God.
all
Yeah, Ken
Really?
a big dude. He's 6'5". So I mean I understand.
I might not be able to fit in your ride, so we just gonna jump in my truck and we gonna make it happen. You know what I'm saying? But okay, so we talked about the physical aspect, and like I said, it should be the climax. And I think we've given you all enough feedback and information for you to go out amongst your peers and disseminate the information. And there's too much information out here in the information age for you all to still be lacking in all of these areas, right?
Yes, I agree.
And I directed a lot of my comments to the guys because, a lot of times we hear the complaints from the women, and the guys are less likely to try to fix things until they feel like a woman is actually interested in them. And guys, you have to fix these things before you even get to the woman so that she's not sitting here trying to fix something that's broken. You arrive already ready for the job, right? You don't go to the job site, what I'm saying, unprepared. You arrive with the right resources and the right mindset to do the job correctly. So that's what
Yes, go to orientation. Listen in orientation. It'll help
yes.
you.
Yes. So
Or
that's
listen to your mama, one of the two.
well, hold on. But some of these people mamas ain't right. So we don't,
Very
you know what
true.
I'm saying?
Very
Because
true.
I'm saying
Very true.
we would like to believe that everybody's mom is teaching their children and nurturing them. But some of these moms and dads just ain't shit. It just is what it is.
Just the facts.
So, I mean, but
That
hey,
part.
here's the thing. We, as the Sassy but Klassy podcast and the Fiyah session, go to these pages, go to their sites, get this information, y'all. We giving y'all valuable information. We trying to help y'all step y'all game up to a new level because there's too many opportunities out here for you all to still be lacking, right? So we're gonna close it out. We're gonna go around. We're gonna let everybody have some closing comments because I know the ladies got something to tell y'all before we leave. They got some good stuff for y'all to take with y'all, especially y'all fellas, because I hope y'all learn something today.
Yeah.
So these ladies will stop complaining about y'all on the low. Ladies,
Yes.
all right, we start with Miss Kimmy. Miss Kimmy, talk to the people before we get up out here. Let them know where to find you on social media.
Look here. All right, y'all ready? First, I just want to say my closing words. I'm just trying to get y'all married off. So y'all just need to do right. Okay. Consistent communication is key. When we doing all this other sideways stuff, because that ain't gonna work. Remember, Kimmy Woo is the love doctor Trying to get you married
Girl,
off.
shut up.
Listen, can you give me
I'm
my
trying to
moment?
get you married
Thank
off.
you. I'm trying to get you married off.
She the love doctor.
That's right. I'm a love doctor.
Yeah, but is Big
So
Shirley gonna pause and fall on him though for all of this stuff?
she might, if he don't do right, she gonna squish him.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah. So you can find me on the Facebook at Kimberly McDowell, Instagram, Miss Wu Chang, and child, I don't know the rest of them. Those are the main two for now.
Wait a minute. She said Miss Wuchi.
She a whole mess out here. We love
Yeah.
it. We love it. We love it.
Yeah, I'm digging the Wu Tang. I'm digging the Wu Tang.
Look, I'm sleepy. I did I was doing the voting thing today, so
Okay,
bear with me.
we can dig that. We can dig that. We can dig that. That's definitely a moment worth being tired for.
Yes.
All right, Miss Mia.
My final words would be intelligence is key. Lead with your brain, not with your dick.
Don't be
Um,
thinking with your boy.
yeah. So
She gonna
you
think
can
that
find me
you
on
trick.
all social media platforms. It's Mia Part T on everything.
Okay.
That's it.
Y'all
For
definitely
sure.
go check those ladies out. Pumpkin Spice, talk to the people.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Check out Pumpkin Spice. Take the pee out the middle. No, I'm just joking. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Yeah. So you can follow me on all social media platforms. It's Pumpkin. Take the pee out the middle, please. Spice, except for TikTok, put 3 dots in between, and then you will find me. And my final words would be consistency is key.
Mm.
Okay.
I'm gonna put that on a shirt.
Put that on the shirt.
Make
Talk
sure
to
I
me.
get my proceeds. 10%.
Yeah, I got duly noted. 10 cents. Got you.
Okay, and I'm sorry. Can we say one more thing?
Yes, ma'am.
Please make sure y'all follow the Sassy but Klassy with the K podcast on all social media platforms. Make sure you guys check us on all streaming platforms because we will be recording. Hopefully, we'll be back at it. And support, share, like, and shout out to all you guys for having us. I appreciate you guys like always.
We love having you guys on. We love it. We love it.
All right, my guy Jodi, talk to the people.
Man, my final words. It's simple, man. Communication, consistency, and the biggest one of all, bro, make sure you like the person that you with.
Yes.
I cannot stress that enough, bro. I'm so sick of watching y'all try to maintain relationships with somebody you actually really don't like. Like, you cannot have a relationship with somebody you couldn't consider a friend. So make sure you like the person you with. If I had to leave all my young people with anything, don't have kids till you get married, and don't get married till you turn at least 30.
I mean,
not
bad. Not bad. Ken out of that conversation though, so
hey,
he got married early.
Hey, we ain't talking about me right now. You know what I'm
saying? Ken's one of the lucky ones, okay?
Right.
Ken a good dude, so he did his thing. And if you want to follow me, right there. You want to get to me, you got to follow that page right there. I'm on that page. So if you want to follow my podcast on Wednesdays and my podcast on Saturdays and Sunday sports podcast, you got to follow at FamilyTalkLDI.com. That is the whole crew. So if you want to get to me, you got to follow the whole crew right there. Shout out to my boys.
Facts. Benji Banks, the man, the brand. Talk to the people.
What's going on, man? Listen, first off, thank y'all for tuning in. We kept y'all tonight for a couple hours. We had a dope show. You know where you can find us at. Fire Session Podcast, YouTube, trying to get to that 4,000 subscribers. So go check us out. Go peep us out on that. Go hit that subscribe button on Facebook for the Fire Session. Check us out. We need to get over that 1,000, mark. We're gonna hit it. We're gonna get further than that, but we starting there. So look for us on there. Go find us on Instagram, IGBRB47001. That's where we're doing our marketing and putting everything, So go follow us. Go check us out. And you can always find me on Facebook, Benji Banks. You can't miss me. I mean, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? And you might want a shirt. You might want some wine. You might want some food. You might want me to do meal prep for you. I don't know. Just go look me up. Go like it, share it, holla at your boy. We'll make it happen for you.
It's a fact. Y'all already know y'all can catch me at Big Ken's Comedy on IG, Big Ken's Comedy on Twitter, Big Ken's Comedy on Facebook. Y'all can catch the Fire Session on all social media platforms. Just go to that search bar, type in FIYAH session. We'll pop right up. Like, subscribe, share. Go to the YouTube page and click the button and click the bell button, because when we post that new stuff and when we go live, you want to be in these chats. You want to be asking these questions. You want to be in the comments. You know what I'm saying? So y'all hit us up, check us out, and I'm gonna leave y'all with this, man. Listen, the consistency that everybody else was saying, but one of the biggest things for me, man, is listen to people when they're talking. You know what I'm saying? Actively listen. Like, stop listening to respond and listen to understand, because you'll learn a lot from just that. And I'll say it again, listen to understand, not just to provide a response to people, because that's what we do. We looking for the response, but we ain't understanding. And also, for people in relationships, if you're looking for one key that I can give you in relationships, is that person, and Jodi spoke to it earlier, need to be your best friend, right? If you want longevity in a relationship, that person got to be your best friend, because there's going to be days where you and that person ain't on the best of terms. But if that's your best friend, if that's your homie, y'all going to get past those rough spots, because that's what it takes, that true friendship, to be the basis, to be that foundation of that relationship for you to build on, so you can get to these different levels of intimacy together as well. So we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Y'all come back and holler at us next week. We got another double episode coming, and we coming to you live. So y'all tune in live, because y'all want to be in these comments. Y'all want to be able to talk to us, and y'all want to hear this interesting stuff and all this crazy stuff that we do. But we appreciate y'all. We're gonna let y'all go. Y'all enjoy y'all week. Tune in next week, another dope episode. We appreciate the ladies from Sassy but Klassy joining us. We appreciate my guy Jodi from Family Talk joining us. We love y'all. Y'all be safe. Peace.
Sure.
Thank you for tuning in to the Fire Session. Follow us on all social media platforms. Just search Fire Session.